of America, with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.
Hello, hello. Good afternoon if you're here in the States. Good evening for those of you tuning in the UK, or I believe good morning for those of you down under. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've got a few prawns on the barbie, not the shrimp. Learning a thing or two about the culture, getting ingratiated, but big ups, welcome. I'm almost digressing in the very beginning of this show, but let me say welcome, welcome, welcome for those of you live or watching on playback. Yes, the ghost has attacked the sheet music behind me, as you can tell. It's been hectic out here, but guess what? It is episode number 18. Should have done episode 17 about Kuti, but episode 18, I got something to say right off the top. I know everyone ain't checked in yet. I ain't really done much, but I just want to say, let the apologies be as loud as the slander. And you know who I'm talking about, and you know who you are. Because guess what? Mr. Kuti is fully quiz, whether you like it or not. And that's just the reality of the situation. So let's get into it. Let's not take too much longer. I'm going to say what's up to the chat real quick, and then I'm going to bring in the one and the only, the man, I'm going to say the channel's resident Australian not supporter. What do they say in the news whenever you're like, I don't know either. I see him backstage. Like I said, he's on the frills now because he is a big time YouTube mega international star. He's super famous here in America. I know he's super famous where he is. So he's got a green room full of all the amenities that he could dream of. So he's backstage. He's relaxing. Don't worry. We're taking care of him. We won't let him get hurt. But let me say what's up real quick. Alan Bennett gets the first place prize for being in the chat. Big up. Yosarian is also in the chat. ELE. Everybody loves everybody. Ain't that true? Come on, you Spurs. Steady as Shark is in the house. I apologize for doubting Romero's commitment. Although he still does crazy stuff like that red card tackle in our last Champions League game. Hey, we're going to get into it. He admits to it. He spoke about it. So we will be getting into it. Don't you worry, Steady as Shark. Good evening. Drew Luss says good evening, or evening, afternoon, morning, all. I like that. That's a nice one. Say no more, Gov. Hippie raid. All right. I like it. Welcome, welcome. Everybody's welcome. No shoes. Yes, service is what I say, even if the establishment says no. Ben Kaufman's in the house. First YouTube member checking in, says I like Romero and also want hugs. Where's my poll selection? Ben Kaufman, I didn't know. Were you one of the people who were bashing on Romero with Perchy and them? Somebody tell me. Somebody correct me here. Yosadian, good morning. Good morning. Scott M is in the house. I can't see an option to pick today. I like Romero, but I think his comments were 100% PR. Not true, says Scott M. Whoa. I thought I gave you a good option. The poll today does say Romero is fully Spurs. What are your thoughts? Right now, with 40%, it's time to sing his name. I'm going to bring on my guest before I sing the name, but I think y'all are ready for it. 42% have the song as their choice. 25% tied with I apologize for doubting the GOAT. And another 25% says, always been fully coys. I love him. I feel like the Christian Romero is a good option for people like Ben, who, love him, who want hugs. I think it's an all around celebratory type of answer, and it's all encompassing. You can even sing the song if you hate him. I think you can always do what you want here. Romero would leave this club in a heartbeat if he could. No, he would not. He did not. There were offers that came in, and he said, no, sir, I'm committed. And that's what I want at my club. Big up Todd Spurs as well. Another YouTube member checking in. Insman, big up Insman says, big up, bro. Let's go. Drop a like on the way in. Do as he says. And while we go ahead and hit that like button for your boy Jacob, I'm going to bring up another reason why you should hit the like. And that's this beautiful bastard right here. Oh, there he is. Yeah, we blasted him. He's backstage. He's chilling. But guess what? We brought him out. We brought him to the foreground. Paul, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm looking forward to this, Jacob, because I'm deducing from your intro that that Kuti Romero has been doing an interview, has he? And because I don't know any of these quotes or anything, but I love the guy already, so I'm in the mood for a bit more Romero love.
Oh, Christian Romero. Oh, Christian Romero. Come on. That's the song right there. So that's a good choice if you want to partake there in the poll. I see 17 votes, 15 likes. Let's bump up those likes. We got 20 people tuned in, tapped in today. And if you are tapped in, I just want you to know that I appreciate you here on this channel. You could be anywhere in the world, and you chose to tap in tonight or this afternoon with me and Paul. So we are doing our thing. Paul, Christian Romero, he's gotten a lot of slack. He's gotten a lot of critique. And a lot of people say that our fan base overrates him, which it's funny to me because majority of the fan base says that. And so it's difficult for me to think that he's overrated when I'd say, if I had to put a number, I'd say a clean 75%. A clean 75% probably dislike Romero.
Oh,
Where
really?
do you Yeah, a lot of people dislike him because he goes in and he gets red cards and he clatters. You and I talked the other night. We said, you know what I want? 11 Christian Romeros out there and just have it. Phew, phew. Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
The Singapore Lions just decking everyone.
The Singapore Sailor Lions.
Match abandoned after 2 minutes.
Yeah. Not enough players to sub in.
Yeah,
I love it. That'd be a sight. Big up David is in the house. Says, hey, Jacob, glad Romero is fully poised. Still need to sell Kane ASAP. Too much distraction for the manager and teammates. I agree there, David. We will talk about Harry Kane. Hopefully not too much, but maybe just enough. You know, like Goldilocks in the porridge. Not too hot, not too cold, but just right. Hopefully that's what we can do. Ben says, never bashed him. Mild critiques. Okay, very fair. The Oh Christian Romero song may be the choice for you then. Good evening, Patty is in the house. Evening, pal. Romero will be a beast this season, but we need someone beside him and not Dyer. I agree. I definitely agree with that, and we need to get it solved. There are some things about TAPSOBA. Have you seen those quotes, Paul? Bayer Leverkusen, director of football, saying some things, being stern about some things. He's saying, oh, naughty, 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 oh, no, no.
We wouldn't usually sell him, which is just
under these circumstances. Under no circumstances would we usually think about selling him, but we might. Big up, Patty. Sub to ends, man. There it is. Shout him out. Good man over there. Trace MUFC. Trace Mufsey. I heard Tottenham want a center back. You can have Harry Maguire. No, thank you for a can of Coke and a pack. I'll tell you what. I'll take Harry Maguire if you take. No, I don't want Harry Maguire. There's nothing. I don't. Maybe would you take a Dyer for Maguire straight swap?
Well, no. I take a Maguire for a Dyer, Sanchez, and Davies swap. Then we've only got to get rid of one shit defender.
Apparently, Ainge came out and said he really likes Davies. Apparently, Ainge was praising Ben Davies. I'm curious what you think about that.
You know, he said, you know, he could play centre back and left back, but Ainge is never going to come out and bag players. He just doesn't do that. So if he gets asked a straight question about a player, he's going to talk them up.
Okay, I think that's fair. Big up Beer Talk is in the house. Big up Mark Cousins. The sheriff is in town. So everybody to be on your best behavior when the sheriff checks in. Got the hammer. Hammer's ready. Mark Cousins in the house. Big up Jacob and Hippie Hotspur. Big up Beer Talk. Oh, Christian Romero. I love it. Phil Coys, what's happening, Jacob and Paul? Hashtag Romero train. Toot toot. You got a toot toot train in your shows. I need one of them too. I need one of those little boards where I can just toot toot toot, hit the like toot toot. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. Big up Phil Coys. Glad to see you're here. I will be shameless in a little while when I really bust open the cantaloupe and get all the innards of the Romero talk out of my system, because it makes me so happy to see that he's fully committed. And he says he hears you. He hears you when you say bad things about Kuti Kuti. And guess what? He's here to stay. He wants to play here for many more years. He's very committed to us. I will show you his verbatim what he said about it, so we will get into that. That makes me very happy. That was good stuff. You know, Paul, we talked about last night, well, I guess yesterday morning for you as well. We talked about the fact that you wake up and you kind of look at your phone to see, is there any transfer news? Is there any news that like really gets you excited up in the morning, right? And I'm looking, and then I see this Romero thing, and I say, "Oh, hello, good morning."
There's a stream in this.
There's a
I missed it. I
let
missed it.
me
I was just tap
excuse.
dancing for an hour on my stream because there was nothing. But you
Oh,
bounded
really?
out. You bounded up with a spring in your step. I've
I
got
woke up
material.
this. I woke up this morning and I was like, let me clear my eyes. What am I reading here? And it's Kuti 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 talking sweet nothings into my ear. Well, technically to the phone, and then I'm reading what he said, but either way, it was music to my ears. Either way, you want to shake up that coconut tree. That's how I feel about it anyway. Wayne Bonner's in the house, another YouTube chat member checking in. Big up Wayne Bonner. Hey, all. Hope everyone's well. Hope you are well as well. Wayne Bonner, big ups. I appreciate you. The Romero fanboying continues, says YouTube's. It's not fanboying. It's respect. You know what I'm saying?
Mature appreciation.
Respect. Yeah, mature, very mature. I would say if anything you get from my content would be mature.
Absolutely.
A lot of mature content over here. I want to say thank you to the United Spurs of America guys for helping me get to 400 subs. Big up Ben. Long may it rain. 500 is up next. Once people realize what you got going on over there, they will be attracted like ants to sweet sugar or something like that. I was gonna say like flies to poo poo, but then that didn't have the right imagery for me.
Bees to honey.
Honey, bees to honey.
Bees.
That's a good one too. Yeah. That's a good one. There we go. Beer Talk singing the song. I love it. Rick C. Davies is good. According to Ainge Postacoglu, he's good as well. One of my good friends, Colin, with Talking Ball, he also says Ben Davies is really good. I don't know. I don't know what they're seeing, but maybe they're seeing something that my simpleton eyes can't deduct. I don't know. Hoybier and Romero are our only bruisers, says Beer Talk. I would say they're two people who are not afraid to get stuck in, and I appreciate that about both of them. That is a redeeming quality about both of them. Paul, what would you say about this?
Yeah, I'm not so sure about Højbjerg. Skippy likes to put in a couple of feet now and then as well. But yeah, Romero, like, wasn't it great during the World Cup when Argentina played France and within 5 minutes he's elbowing Hugo in the gut?
Yeah, get your
down.
I don't know you. Excuse me.
It was brilliant. I like it. I like a bit of fair rough and tumble in my football. It's a physical game, and I'm all for it. And if the price is the odd yellow or red card, well, so be it.
Yeah, sign me up. I love it.
Yeah.
Let me run through the I was going to show, you know what? I'm going to show it anyway because it's time y'all see his beautiful face. There you go.
Oh, look at him.
I'm going to leave this up while I run through the chat a little bit more, just so you know, not only will he hurt you, but he will heal you too. He's that kind of a guy. So don't you worry, all you haters of Romero. It's okay. Today is a day to be on the right side of history and say you love him. That's all I'm saying.
It's a time for healing, isn't it, in general?
And if this picture doesn't really do it for you, then what about this one? And what about this one? These are really nice. Okay, so I'm going to leave that up there, and then we'll run through the article while I catch up on the chat real quick. TJ Warren's in the house, says, Coy's Daniel. Thank you for that. Appreciate you. He's an Arsenal fan, so, Paul, that's why he's coming in here with the Coy's Daniel. He likes, I don't know why he wants to do that to me. Alan Bennett, hi guys, hope you're well. Hope you are well as well, Alan. Just a girl who loves Spurs says, evening, Jacob and Paul. Hope you're both well. Jim and I chilling in bed, watching you guys. Big up Jim, big up Kate, big up the channel. Hope y'all are keeping well. Scott M, that is correct. The coffee company should be well over 10K, but congrats on the 400. Absolutely. There's a channel for an Arsenal fan if you want to go say what's up to him. Catman Jess, big up Jacob and Paul. Another YouTube chat member, recent YouTube chat member. Big up Catman Jess. Thank you for being here. Hope you're keeping well. Love Kuti Romero. I love that as well. Pick up to the only Levy inner I like. Oh, well, if that didn't give you a reason to dislike the guy, there you go. If Arsenal didn't give you a reason, he also likes Levy. Respect, mature appreciation, fanboying, whatever turns your cheese, brother. This guy's a Bayern fan, so he's shameless. He said he'd show up to the press conference with a Harry Kane shirt. He said once the deal goes through, he's gonna have the same exact shirt. So. Remember when I showed that quote? The guy said, "Oh, I felt like I damaged the Mona Lisa." They were treating me like I damaged the Mona Lisa or something. That's funny. Christoph Kovalets in the house says fans were praising the squad and players last year when we got UCL. Even Dyer and Davies got their love. Nope, no, I didn't give either one of them their love. Don't. That maybe you heard that elsewhere, Mr. Christoph Kovalets. Hopefully I said your name right, but I did not. No, never wanted them. Always want. I said, great. Now maybe we can sell them because they played, like an average footballer. Maybe we can sell them to an average club for an average fee. You can go back. I think I've been saying this for almost a couple years now. Davies is not good enough. We got to go. Let's see. Christoph also says when we get a good manager, then it's the manager. When it's a bad signing, it's Levy. No, I blame and I gave credit. I gave credit to Levy or whoever the hell, Christoph, about the James Madison and the Winks deal. That wasn't Ainge who did that deal. That was somebody. It was Daniel Levy or somebody. Chris Munn, I don't know. But whoever it was, I gave the props to, and I will every time because that's a good bit of business, regardless how you shake that up. James Madison for under 50, and you send Winks the other way. Ostensibly making it 30 mil you get James Madison for, and Winks is out of here. Clear up the number 8 jersey for my boy Basuma. Come on, talk to me nicely.
I think old Solomon looks like a bit of a nifty bit of business as well, just from his first half against West Ham. So it's not all bad, but it could be better. That's all.
I agree. We'll get into it. We will get into it. I do want to pull up. This is the article, Football London. Shout out Alistair Gold. Here's where his quotes begin. I've highlighted it. After winning the World Cup, I came to Tottenham. We're jumping straight into Christian Romero because I think y'all need to know. Let's see. Jacob, am I showing as a member? Oh, yeah, it does. When did you get the membership? Kate, when did you do it? Big ups. Thank you for doing that. Could you please turn the volume down on his outfit? Whose outfit?
Romero's, maybe.
Oh, the flowery one, maybe the one with all the flowers, the beach shirt. Shout out just a girl who loves Spurs. I didn't see you get the membership. It didn't tell me, but YouTube been acting a little funky, and StreamYard's been acting a little wonky. And when they do that together, it's usually a recipe of not a funky good soup. I'll put it that way. I can sense the red cards already, says Scott M. Well, that's not very nice. But you're probably right. He might get one. He might get 1 or 2. Love and respect to everyone. Share the vibes. Romero's hugs for all. Big up Kate every time. Big up Kate. Let's see. Davies is pony, says Alan. I agree. Do you trust Ainge if he picks Dyer and Davies? He must have tried and tested them, so I do trust Ainge, says Edward Y of Oz. Paul, I'm going to throw this to you. Let me take this article down for a second. Paul, I'm going to throw this to you. Edward Y of Oz, very good question, says, do you trust Ainge if he picks Dyer and Davies? Edward trusts them. Must have tried and tested them. I guess this kind of ties into the Ben Davies quotes. I know I was fixing to read some Romero quotes, but Paul, quickly tell me.
Well, he can't pick no one, can he? So he's going to put someone in there. And I'd say Davies is better than Dyer in that position. I don't think he's good enough, but he's kind of okay sometimes. I mean, that's as glowing as I can be about him, but yeah, no, I trust Ainge. Definitely. He's got a fixed deck of cards at the moment, though. He needs a bit of shuffling with some other cards from other clubs. But while we've got what we've got, I think we're going to play the best we can.
I love it. See, I feel like you are my closest tie to knowing maybe what's going on in Ainge Postecoglou's head. Not just because you both are from the land down under, but because you've been a fan of him. You're the first person to ever mention his name to me. So I'm gonna use you like
like a conduit.
Exactly, exactly. And you're going to lead us there, right? You're going to lead us. So,
I saw, I saw some things on the Spurs sphere about people are saying that Ange is getting frustrated and pissed off already, and I can't see it. It's just he's just being like normal Ange, you know. He's a straightforward kind of character. He's not going to be there all giggling and laughing all the time.
what
Serious
is
business.
so what are they saying that he's upset about?
I
That he's
don't
acting
know.
I haven't seen anything.
I think it was. I think just before I got up this morning, I think Savile was talking about how Ange is frustrated or something, and I'm not seeing it myself. I'm not seeing it.
Oh no, I didn't see that. I didn't see that stream personally, but I haven't seen anywhere where Ainge any press con. I've listened to him, and I like to read the quotes first, so then I know kind of what I want to listen for. But then when you listen to it, it gives you a more clear, because a lot of times people's pace and the way that they speak whenever they're
Yeah.
speaking in public, it can be misconstrued if it's in text and if it's just written down. Whereas if you actually listen to it, you might be able to hear what they're actually trying to say a little bit better, in my opinion.
Well,
And if you see
absolutely,
their
man.
face, it's like all three work together, in my opinion.
And the one thing that's really getting my go up, because I'm paying close attention to Ange and his conferences, is the number of times I'm seeing journalists put things in speech marks, you know, in quotes, but it won't be a verbatim quote. They'll miss a little bit out, a word here, a word there, and it completely changes the context. Like he was talking about, I think he was talking about Ndombele, about whether he'd be featuring in the plans, and he said something like, "Oh, he's got to work hard. All the players do," and then he was talking about all the players, but the quote made it look like he was specifically just talking about Ndombele. And I'm thinking, that's no quote, journalist. Pull your head in.
That's the
So you're
problem
right
with
there.
it.
Get the full picture.
Yeah, you got to get the full picture, I think, to get the scope. I'm not saying that the stream that you were mentioning earlier did not or anything, but I'm just saying, for me personally, that's just I haven't gotten the indication that he's pissed off about anything.
No,
Yeah,
he was glowing.
I think as a manager, you got to be in a happy place. No, I mean, just the fact that you've actually gotten time with your squad, they're bonding. Anytime you see videos coming out from the locker room or the press conference area where they have dinner and they do their initiations, everything coming out is laughing, smiling, positive vibes, dancing. I would say that the whole mood of the place has changed. I think Basuma is a big
Huge
part of
change,
that
isn't
as well. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Basuma captain in the middle of the season, maybe if Kane does go. But good night, Ben Kaufman is taking off. Peace and love. Much love, my friend. Big ups. Bobby the Greek is in the house. Big up, Jacob and Hippie. Always enjoy listening to you guys while playing some FIFA Pro Clubs. Good luck in the Pro Clubs. If you ever need a Pacey Zlatan in your Pro Clubs, holler at me. I got the man for you. Yosadian.
If you want someone in your team that will get sent off within 2 seconds of firing up the game, he's your man.
That only happened once, Paul. That only happened once. Yosadian in the house. Ainge will play the best possible option every time and make no excuses for any potential poor performances. I like that. And I think you echoed the same thing, Paul.
Yeah. He won't single players out, but he'll say when we haven't been playing that good or whatever. But he's very protective of the team.
Yeah. I like this. If Levy gives Ainge lemons, he'll make lemonade. I think he's the kind of guy to take whatever situation he's in and try to make the most of it, regardless of the situation. But
the big thing that Spurs fans haven't even seen yet, really, is that for the first time in a long time, we've got an actual manager who's a proper coach who will make our players better.
Mm-hmm.
We won't be seeing the same shit we saw last year, not just because of the formation and the style of football. Some players will be improving. That's what Ange does.
And I think you've seen that too as a reflection of that in the fan base. A lot of fans have gone from, well, at least for me personally, I can speak. I was pessimistic and not really positive looking forward about what Spurs were after the Stellini and the Mason, and then we had no manager. And when we hired Postecoglou, I was like happy because you mentioned him, and I was like, nice. Everyone has to give props. Everyone knows who the first person who mentioned Postecoglou to the Spurs fan base was, at least for me anyway, in my realm of reality, it was you. And so I was happy about that, but that was it. I was still like, we'll see Levy and the club and the way that we run and the business that we do, et cetera, et cetera. So then we started doing, we got Vicario, we got Madison, we got Winks gone. I'm starting to think, okay, things. But even before that, seeing the way that Ainge handled himself in interviews and in press conferences, I started, okay, I like this a little bit more. I did watch one. There's only one match outside of the West Ham match that I've seen Ainge Postecoglou the manager of, and that was the Scottish Cup when Celtic played I don't know who, and he won.
Yeah.
It was kind of his goodbye trophy with Celtic. And so I watched that because we were heavily linked with him. I wanted to kind of have a taste, but that's really it. So I don't have much to go off of. But everything I've seen so far, I mean, he had 11 days of training with the first team, and we looked completely different. We looked on the front foot. The passing, over 72% passing, 30-some shots. You know what I'm saying? 19 on goal, something like that. I love what I'm seeing.
It wasn't just the different way we played, especially in the second half. It was the fact that we were doing the basics better, like, controlling the ball, passing the ball, running about with the ball, which last year we went completely off the boil on all of that. Forget tactics and all that. We couldn't even, there were balls bouncing off players' shins and people running into other players with the ball. All of that. We didn't lose the ball much at all against West Ham, and when we did, we got it back straight away. I mean, West Ham weren't in any great shape opposition, but it's positive. It's a positive sign that at least our players are starting to play bloody football, the basics.
Interesting, right? When you play the basics, things will look a little bit different than what we used. What the hell? That's kind of fun.
That's the kind of revolutionary coach that Ange is, because he's just going to come on, lads, let's play football.
Everyone's going to say, all right, I think we could do that.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's play some bloody football.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scott M says, I think it comes from him talking about us needing center backs, but we haven't got them yet. About Ainge, a frustrated Ainge.
Right. He
Could
didn't seem to, he said we want to sign at least one, which in my mind means two.
Yeah.
But, football's football. It takes a while.
So let me pose this to you. I've heard a lot of people throwing around the two center backs are going to be Tosin and Longley. If we wind up with Tosin and Longley come season start, what are we saying, Paul? What are we saying, buddy?
Well, there's your two. There's your two, eh?
I wanted three.
Don't lie.
I wanted three.
Oh, man. Wouldn't that be?
God.
I don't know much about Tosin, actually. Longley, I'm thoroughly unexcited about. But
Tosin, he's a right-sided center back. I don't mind him as Romero backup. He occupied a lot of the same space in the Premier League for Fulham in that right side center back, and his heat map at least suggests that.
Right.
So I like him. He's 25, English national. I like him as a Romero backup to be someone for if Romero gets sent off or if Romero needs a break, because who knows what we're going to be looking like. But if it's just Tosin, I don't know that he can come in and play the left-sided center back. That's the issue, is we're looking for that left-sided center back. And Ainge may be hinting that it's Ben Davies. And he did say in one of his quotes also not to look too much into what my formations are in these matches, because it's going to probably look completely different. And so I thought that was interesting. Are you trying to throw the dogs off the scent? You trying to, I'm what are you doing, Ainge? And then he's trying to throw me off the scent. Oh, now I don't know what Ainge is doing, because maybe these formations, these players, it don't mean shit. I don't know. But based on what I've seen in the preliminary lineup before the game got rained out, looked like Ben Davies was going to get a shot at that left-sided center back. So, and he's now saying, I like him, he's a quality player, etc. And again, Davies is not on the first of my chopping block either. Dyer is. It's, of course, Dyer. And then I would say Giovanni Lo Celso.
Right.
But,
you weren't changed by his performance against West Ham? I mean, I wasn't, but...
No, I don't think he... I think when you look at players like... This is a perfect segue back to Romero. When you look at players like Romero, they come out when there's... anything rumbling about their disgruntledness with the club. Giovanni Lo Celso, his physical actions on the pitch showed me that it was true, everything they were saying, that he doesn't like playing for Spurs, that he doesn't really care. And then he goes on an international break and he looks like a superstar next to Messi. And it's stuff like that, and he doesn't come out and say, and Mr. Christian Romero got the same allegations put on him, and he beat the case. And he beat the case, Paul. So it's a day for us, Phil Coys, those of you who have believed in the Romero, that he loves us, that he does not see us as some people put it. It's a good day for celebration. Real quick, I do want to cover this part of news before we keep going. It is Edmund TAPSOBA news. So the director of sport at Bayer Leverkusen, Simon Rolfs. Anyway, that guy, he said he dismissed the potential. Wrong button. Says he dismissed the potential sale of Edmund TAPSOBA. Quote, "No, not under any normal circumstance. It is clear that at some point there are always limits." That's his little dingle dangle. Here's a little cookie if you want to come grab it. But Edmund is a very important player. He is one of our top players of our team, without question. He still has a long contract. Therefore, there's no reason for us to think about handing him over. That sounds like he ain't got an offer that is of value. It sounds like we're doing a Bayern Munich to Bayer Leverkusen. What's going on here, Paul?
Yeah, well, if we want him, we just need to sweeten things up a bit, you know. Maybe this is the hold-up, but, you know, every team seems to be driving hard bargains these days. I mean, I know Tottenham does, but, you know, if what he's saying is that he's their top player, of course they don't want to let him go. And we're going to have to make it interesting for them.
I think we do have to make it interesting for him. I saw a comment. Dave Coleman says, people still don't like him. Check the poll. And I looked at the poll. There's 56 votes and 28 likes. What's going on here? 30 of y'all want to not hit a like? What's going on? What are we doing here? I see 45 people watching. Surely we should be at like 35 likes, because I know there's always a couple people lurking in the background that don't want to like. That's fine. It's a free world. You can do what you want. But please do hit that like. This is free content. If you do want to become a YouTube member, there's a button there for that. Or you can super chat. But the free thing, I always say, Paul, it's like bringing free beer to the party. You're already at the party. Just bring the free beer. That is a like button. Click it. You brought the free beer. But it looks like 30 of y'all don't even want to bring the free beer. That's strange to me. Strange behavior. But there are strange people in this world. And you know what? Welcome to the show, you strange bastards. But Audio Artisan says, evening, chaps. Evening to you. Hansi says, Ainge. Oh, Paul, I think you got... There you are. Got frozen for a second. Ainge is an Aussie. He loves the challenge. He is laughing at how crap the footy side of bringing people in doesn't happen, but this will change, says Hansi. Big up, Hansi. That's a new name in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from. If you are new to United Spurs of America, please do hit that like and subscribe. Show us some love. We are sitting on 1,500 subs or something. I was trying to look up the actual number, but I couldn't find it. So we're somewhere around there. You can subscribe if you so choose. Hit that like if you so choose. And apparently 24 of y'all don't want to bring free beer to the party. So that's strange behavior. Let's see here. Scott M says Levy could give Ainge 11 elite players and he wouldn't do anything with it, but he won't even get that. So man.
What?
Scott says Levy could give Ainge 11 elite players, and that Ainge wouldn't do anything with it, but he won't even get that. So, man, is what he says.
Scott's throwing shade on Ainge. I find that hard to believe. Just you wait. That's all right, Scott. You keep having that opinion, mate. It's all right. We'll talk later, pal. We'll talk later.
Oh, I hope it's like this Romero feeling where it's like validation, you know. Ainge will give Levy a beer. Okay, very nice. James Joris is in the house. Big up Jacob and crew. Hope you and all are well. Hope you're doing well, James. Big up yourself. Paul G. Good evening, lads and ladies. Big up Paul G in the house as well. We got 50 of y'all watching. Please do hit that like on your way in. Let's see here. Jeff Dawson, Jacob, you do realize it was a terrible West Ham B team with no Rice and Paqueta, and it's West Ham main tactic to let opposition have the ball. Stop overhyping Ainge so early. Was I overhyping Ainge, Paul?
You can only play who's on the pitch. I mean, who cares? It's like,
I mean, you say West Ham B team with no Rice, like they sold Rice, so of course they're not going to have Rice regardless. And Paqueta, I agree, he is a starter there, but they did have Jared Bowen who was tearing us apart over there with Sergio Reguilon. So there were some, and then Skamaka came in as well. Skamaka's no slack of a striker. He came in and scored against us, embarrassing Davinson Sanchez like I knew he would, but I don't think I'm overhyping Ainge. I just said I'm excited at what I've seen, and I don't think that's overhyping to say I got excited at something. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
If you want to overhype, we're going to win the treble this year.
Oh, here comes the treble. There we go, Paul. Paul's overhyping. Thank you. This is actually, Paul, it's getting a little warm in here. Let me... Oh, another shiny decal for Paul. Oh, excuse me, Paul. My bad. Yeah, there it is. Cha-ching, cha-ching.
You're burning the screen out on my phone. Stop.
If you missed yesterday's show, it was a hoot. We were talking about Tottenham apparel and shiny decals. So I thought I'd play Paul a little fun game with Paul and just be like, "It's getting warm in here." Oh, what's that? Another shiny decal. So I'm trying to get it to where both of those decals are on display for you, Paul. Hello, Luca14. Hello to you, Jacob and Paul, and all in the chat. Big up, Luca. Neil Shafton's in the house. We need a Stuart Pearce, Tony Adams clone on the left.
I'll take a Stuart Pearce.
All right.
But not a Tony Adams. I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it.
YouTube says, Ndombele not on your chopping block list, Jacob. This is an interesting bit of business. Let me pull this up. Actually, let me stop sharing this and then I'll pull it up. Let me do this. Bang. So yeah, TAPSOBA, it looks like we're not trying to pay the money for. Was the whole point of that. But let me do this and then I will do this. So it looks, according to, shout out Chris Callan. That's who tweeted this. I'm just going to shout him out because this was his tweet and he's out there covering the team. We are covering him, but it is Chris Callan who says, Ndombele, Spence, Sanchez, and White amongst the players training separately again whilst the rest of the squad played a training match. So I don't know if I'm reading too much into this, but there was a lot of Ndombele hype early on, and then now it's looking like maybe no Ndombele. And then this is just like a little still from the video he put out where you can see Ndombele and a couple others out there. So I don't know. Maybe I'm making too much of it. Paul, what do you think? And Ndombele, Spence, Sanchez, and White. Isn't Ndombele on the chopping block or is he just injured? Am I reading too much into it?
It's not good. Yeah, I saw that as well, that Spence is on the outer as well. Well, you know, maybe they haven't proved their worth. I don't know. I would have thought that they would have been at least in that starting, you know, because they played 11v11 yesterday or the day before, and they were training off by themselves in the naughty corner somewhere. So
yeah, what did they do?
Well, maybe they just were shit. I don't know. I mean,
that could very well be the case.
Gave Ange a bit of attitude. Maybe Spence's parents have been ringing Ange up saying, "Make sure you play our boy," and Ange is going, fuck this, not having that.
So I also saw this that I thought while we're talking about chopping block list. So Eric Dyer said Tottenham Hotspur defender admits he can't wait to play for Spurs boss Ange Postecoglou. Quote, "It's going to be a very different Tottenham than previous years where you're going to play a very exciting brand of football." So it sounds like he's included. He's talking a whole lot of we. And I was hoping it'd be more me than we.
He's just kissing Ange's ass by saying exactly what Ange said.
Big up, Quez Ali. Is that what you think, Paul?
I know about football. Yeah, no. That's almost an exact Ange quote.
I don't like it. But then there's also this I want to show you. Kuti Romero tweeted, always grateful for the love from all the fans. Beautiful days in Singapore. We continue to prepare in the best way. See you tomorrow, Spurs official. And here's just a little, you know what? I'm going to put us regular so you can see this.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. One more for you. There you go.
Oh, look at that. Pensive. He looks like he's a male model advertising underpants.
There you go. There you go. Anyway, I do want to pull up some of his quotes, but I'm getting thrown apart by all these different damn tweets. Sometimes there's too many. It's not even tweets anymore. It's X. Twitter's not even Twitter anymore, Paul. If you didn't know.
Yeah, I know. Great. The future.
The future. Isn't it so fun? One of the quotes, I'm pulling it up now. There's a lot of Sonny quotes too that I want to touch base. So there's some things Romero said, some things Heung-min son, Heung-min dad said, and then I think that's all I have for today. So let me see. Bang. Kuti Romero says, quote, when I got offers from other clubs to leave this summer, I said no, because I want to have my best years here at Spurs. I want to have my best years here at Spurs.
Years. Plural.
Years. Has our captain said that?
Right.
Has our talisman said that? Has our leading goal scorer for the franchise said that? Any of this? No, I didn't think so. Quote, he goes on to say, I really like the Premier League. I really like Tottenham, and I want to be here for many more years to come. Speaking of things to come, I did when I saw these quotes, because I love this man, and this just gives me more fire in my belly to feel like he is fully coys. This is validation for those feelings of like, you know, as a supporter of Romero's, like, is he really committed? You know, is what they say true? The doubt will creep in any belief that you have in life. Doubt will find a way inside your skull. And I like that. I just always said, you know what? My gut says this guy loves us and that he wants to be here. And then he actually comes out and talks about it. So I really like that. He also goes on to say, the people that say this clearly don't know me. Okay, talking about him being committed to the club. So this says, Christian Romero has revealed that he has turned down offers to leave Tottenham this summer, and he remains fully committed to the club. Quote, to the people that say this clearly don't know me, because I'm contracted to the club for many more years. I will always try to give my best. Obviously, where is that? Obviously, last season, it didn't always turn out great, but you accept that. But I always try to give absolutely everything on the field. If I didn't feel the same passion, I would look to leave the club. Obviously, I'm not happy with how last season ended for me, but I'm the first to hold my hands up and say it wasn't the best season. But when I got offers from other clubs to move away for this coming season, I said no, because I want to have my best years here. And then he said the quote that I already finished quoting. So this man has come out and very strengthfully said his intentions, his feelings, how he feels playing for Tottenham. Paul, when I just read all that to you, what is your immediate thoughts? You said you didn't see that, so I guess that's the first little taste of the Romero dipping sauce. But what do you think?
It's good, because I think he got a lot of unfair stick. Well, I think it was unfair, particularly when people were saying that, you know, he was mysteriously injured for Tottenham and then available for Argentina. When, you know, I mean, there was one at the end of last season, so he didn't play for us against Leeds, and then he went out with Argentina. But their first game was something like a month later or something like that. So, of course, Argentina is going to bring him in if it's not a serious injury, and he might miss the game but still play. So I didn't really question his commitment. The thing I think he went off the boil after the World Cup, but I mean, who can blame him? I mean, the whole team was shit, and he just won the World Cup, and that must be a complete head spinning. I mean, you can't get any better in football. That's it. You've done the best thing you could possibly do, win an FA Cup, and you come back to bloody Tottenham playing arse-ball, and you probably, you know, it's a bit of a come down, isn't it? So, no, I think he is fully committed. If he wasn't fully committed, I don't think he'd be getting red cards and yellow cards.
I think there was a
that's
lot of
fine.
frustration at what was going on around him and what he was contributing. I think it all adds up. And he even admitted, Paul, that he felt disconnected from the squad when he returned from the World Cup. And, you know, I could see how that could happen. Pick up Hansies from Australia, talking about an Australian striker. Have you heard of this Nestor Iracunda? I've never heard of that person.
No.
I don't know. I don't know who it was, Paul. Sorry. But shout out Hansy G from Australia. And Dombele's injured. I think that's what this was a response to. He was training when Ainge had them practice build up. That is true. Cloud Clicks is in the house. Big up Cloud Clicks from Nambia or Mumbai. I don't remember where you're from. Somewhere in Africa, I remember. But big up Cloud Clixa for checking in. We don't need midfielders. Defense is the problem. Jesus Christ, Mr. Levy, please start watching what normal people watch. Any day now, right? Any day, FC. Let's see. Chris Cranston. Big up Chris Cranston says, it's so obvious we're going to end up with Tosin and Longley. Levy sucks balls. I do agree Levy does suck balls. But hopefully it's Tosin and Van de Veen. I feel a little bit better. That's not what I wanted. This TAPSOBA thing makes me think we're going to dangle around with that till after the season starts. But I still have hope that the Van de Veen thing has gone quiet for a good reason. I don't know. Maybe it's blind hope at this point. I am losing a lot of hope that we're going to get anyone over the line. But I think it'll happen. There's still a decent amount of time left in the window. Obviously, we play 3 matches before the window closes, but I don't know. I hope it's not Longley. Some people say we're going to play when we play in Barcelona, loser gets to take it Longley with them. That's kind of, I don't like it. I don't like it. Maybe Dombele spent a night out at Nana Plaza. Do you know what Nana Plaza is? Is that a place?
I'd imagine there'd be some food there. That's what I'm guessing.
Okay. Well, hey, I love food. I can't shame. Eco Echo says we can't rid of Dyer. He won't go. Sadly, I do agree.
One more year.
First Davies is good, and now Dyer is excited to play for him. We're doomed, says Kate. I hope we're not doomed. I don't want to say we're not doomed because if Dyer is starting week in the match day 1, I'm going to be very upset.
Ange can't sit there and say, so, you know, what do you think of Ben Davies? And Ange isn't going to say, fucking hell, man, he's crap, but it's all we got at the moment, so we're going to have to play him. He's, you know, I think we're all right.
Kane has given us 10 years. I'm salty, Eco Echo. When I say that Romero and Sonny have said all this about their club, it's emotional. It's not rational. So don't judge me too hard on it.
You know what it is, man. Because you're in one of the worst states the human mind can be in. You're in limbo. Like if you knew one way or the other, you'd be all fine with it. But is that not knowing what's going on? Why won't he commit? What's happening?
Because if he just comes out and says, you know what, I'm ready to leave, let's get this transfer done ASAP, I say, you know what, Harry Kane, thank you for your service. And then after that, it's F you because you ain't on my squad. But it is a thank you for your service. I will hug you anytime I see you, regardless of who you play for, because you are Harry Kane. And to me, he'll always be Tottenham through and through. But once he plays for Tottenham, I no longer care what he accomplishes. So... I am sorry. I offend people. My Hugo Lloris take offends a lot of people, and I'm not going to say it publicly because I don't want to get ostracized, banned from YouTube, and have all the French people throwing baguettes at me when I go to Paris. I don't want it. So I'm not going to say how I feel about Hugo Lloris, but when I say how I feel candidly sometimes, it does offend people. So I am sorry. It is an emotional response to this whole saga being part 2. It just hurts, man. It hurts. Just let me know. Just talk to me nicely.
Nothing to do with Hugo, but I've just noticed this stream is going a bit downhill, and I do have a bit of a mysterious hip injury, so I might just have to call it a day.
Oh, that's it. You're out of here. We have conceded 5 in 21 minutes. We broke a record with our defense and goalkeeper. So it's time to take the rest of the day off. Go ahead and pack it up. Go home. VH says Romero's the best player at the club, age 25 or under, World Cup winner. He is the best chance of trophy. He is the best chance of trophies here.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah, I love it. Why not? I don't know that we're getting trophies anytime soon, but why not? If it happens,
We're getting 3 this year, man.
Paul says we're getting 3. Fuck it, we're getting 3. Mud FC, people hate him because he's South American. Always have. Beer Talk, Kuti for captain. Hey, I'm all about it. He's fully Koi's, and that's kind of my prerequisite to be captain. Are you fully Koi's? But Ainge also did say in an interview that Kane is a leader at this squad, and Kane is the current captain at this squad, so he couldn't say much. So he did verbally say he is the captain. So until he leaves, there's no more need for the debate about the captain, I think. Mark Swift in the house. Most Spurs fans care about playing good football. I want my club to win things. I can't not see that with him as the boss.
You will see.
We'll see. Mark Swifty, you might get swept off your Swifty feet. I don't know what accent I was going for there, Paul, but that was pretty bad.
It's South Sydney. It's very good.
There we go. There we go. Mud FC. Same with the other Latino players we've had, bro. No matter how good they were.
Oh,
I don't feel that way. I love him a lot.
A lot of people loved Ricky and Ozzy.
He would literally break legs for the club. That's what I love. I need a hitman. I need a hitman out there taking names. Man. Who's gonna go out there and who at least instills that fear, right? In any mafia, in any crime boss, there's always a guy that's like, that's El Loco. No, you don't fuck with El Loco. You don't talk to, don't even look him in the eyes. He's that crazy. You know what I'm saying? We need that, and he embodies it. And you know what? I like that he took Holland off his feet. And guess what? He did get a red card at the end of that match, but you know what? Holland ain't do shit, and he did. He walked all over everybody like he was Godzilla in Tokyo. But when he came to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, what happened? It was King Kong versus Godzilla, and King Kong won on that day. That's all I'm gonna say.
Holland went back into his own half. He was so scared.
He said, "I don't even want to go on that left side no more." I was trying to play the rest of the season, coach. Can't believe the Kane hate after so many years of service. I don't hate him. No hate. I love Harry Kane. I just want him to stay so badly. I want him to sign a contract.
He's suffering with limbo, man. You know, he'll come good.
I'm an emotional guy. Mud FC says they hate him. Okay, I don't know. I don't think everyone hates him because he's Argentinian. I hope I'm wrong with Enoch still here. That's not going to happen. I think in regards to the treble that Mark was talking about. VH, you don't win Defender of the Year in Serie A and the World Cup without being world class. And if you say this to anybody who doubts him, what their response would be is, but what has he done for Spurs? Which is funny to me because
what's anyone done for Spurs?
That's what I'm saying. You could say that argument about Harry Kane, about Heung-min Son, about Hugo Lloris. Yeah, they've done all these years of service, but like, what have they done? Has any of them won anything outside of Spurs either? Hugo has, but who else? Kane hasn't won anything with England. I don't know. I think it's weird to discount accolades, personal accolades that people get. Like when people disregard Sonny's Golden Boot, it was joint, granted, but he still has it. He's also got a Puskas. He's also got Asian Player of the Year, I think 3 years running. And then also he's got Goal of the Year and it's a lot of personal accolades, but we do need some kind of team silverware. But that's just my feelings. I agree with you, VH. Those are reasons why I still stand by him, and I still think that he's a good player. Yeah, I don't think you win a Defender of the Year when people say he can't defend well, and he won a Defender of the Year for an entire league that people highly regard, that we're trying to get players from. But apparently he's the best defender in that league. But then he's not a good defender. I don't know. It doesn't make sense, that argument to me. Are we getting Kulo Muani, and what do y'all think about him? I think he's an all right striker. I think if we got him, we would still suffer in that position without Kane. I think Kane is so talented that he'll adjust to the Ainge system and be able to perform. Kulo Muani, also I think he scored like once every other match, so that's like 1 goal per 2 match. It's okay. I mean, I think he's okay. I think he's talented. I more remember him for the goal that he almost scored in the World Cup versus Argentina, but Emi Martinez. And there at the final second. That's just me. Arse ball to Ainge ball says, I think they like that one there, Paul. Scott says Romero is a great player, no doubt, but he doesn't care about playing for Spurs, which is why we saw the drop off last year. He isn't going to be excited playing for 10th under Ainge. Scott, he's fully coy. He said he loves playing for Spurs. He wants to be.
He had offers, man. He said no.
He said no, and then who else comes out and says, I want my best years, my prime time years to be at Tottenham Hotspur? He said that. It's not just PR fluff either, Scott. It's okay to fall in love. It's okay to fall in love with Romero. That's my little, it's okay, Scott. You can fall in love. I know you're afraid. Scott is one of those, he wouldn't do the trust fall no matter how much money you guaranteed he would. If I drop you, you get $100,000. He'd be like, I don't trust you to catch me. That's why. But it's okay, Scott. We will catch you. We are here. Neil Shafton, strained stomach, too much Burger King. Oh, okay. Now we're taking the piss out of his weight. He's a professional athlete, y'all. And Dombele's a professional athlete. Romero was injured for the first 2 games of the World Cup. He wasn't faking it. They had to rest. And he was also out they played warm-up matches before the World Cup even started, and he didn't play those either. He came on and made a substitute appearance, I think, and then twice, and then he started starting. So, yeah, I agree with you, VH. I never believed the allegations. Yeah. He beat the case, y'all. Romero has beat the case, and I feel good.
I mean, it doesn't make sense, does it? Like, you're a professional footballer and you want to get ready for a World Cup. It doesn't make sense. Oh, well, what I'll do to get ready to prepare myself for the hardest tournament of football on the planet, I'm going to stop playing football for a few weeks.
That's funny, Paul. Let me zip this up.
That's what people are saying, though. He didn't want to play for Spurs, but then he played for Argentina. Yeah, but you can't. It doesn't make. Yeah, people, eh?
But Mud FC, what I'm talking about specifically, he could very well have communicated. But us as fans, when he was on Hot Ones and he said that he felt like one of us because we sing the song, he's one of our own, and it made him so close to the Spurs fans, that surely that closeness you feel, we deserve some kind of clarity on the situation. It's like, is my wife leaving me for the man next door, or is she moving to another country with another man? Or is she going to stay here and be with me? I just want to know. That's it. It's nothing against him. I just want to know. I mean, there's also the argument that people have made, and I agree with the parts of it, that professionally he can't say anything, that it puts him in a little bit of a bind, and maybe it looks better from him if he just stays silent on the whole matter. I just very selfishly and personally and emotionally want him to tell me what's going on. That's just how I feel. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of things in life, y'all. I put my hands up to that. But all I'm saying is how I feel.
There's no room for emotion in football, Jacobs. Don't be such a soft cock. It's all logic. It's all logic and facts. No one feels about the game.
But Mud FC, you're right. I'm not trying to hate on Kane. I love Kane. I just want him to stay. I just want him to stay. El Tel Cocarel. Hey. Evening, Jacob and Paul. Big up, Jose. Hope you're doing well. Hansy says, Ainge knows his team, but you will see exciting soccer if the team plays it, but get some tall, strong defenders. We look short in defense. That's what I'm saying. You're on something. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Edward Y of Oz. Celtic side went toe-to-toe with Real Madrid in 60 minutes with a side bought from ASDA. Imagine with a Tottenham side. What's Asda?
Yeah, it's like a cheapo supermarket.
In America, they got ASDA grade beef. It's like a beef grading scale. Right. So I was like, they bought them from the meat grading company? What are you talking about?
Yeah, Edward's right there, though. That Celtic Real Madrid game was great. Celtic were all over them. But then, they just got a bit knackered.
He can't go out and say that publicly. That would make all the selling clubs jack up their prices. I mean, you're right. That might be the case. But I just, like I said, selfishly, I want to know. France capitulate early? No, never. I don't. Oh, maybe they're talking about the World Cup. Say no more, Gov. When I hear Jacob talk, I hear background music akin to the theme tune of Taxi. Is that the Robert De Niro film where he goes around?
No, it's like a mellotron.
Is it a good thing? Is this a good thing,
It's
Paul?
mellow. Yeah, it's a nice,
Okay.
Yeah, it's laid back.
Okay, I'll take that. He's our new Coco. Yes, he is. He is our new Coco. Just a Girl Loves Aussie Ricky and more. Lamella. Romero is too rash for me. Don't worry. Put a little cream on the rash. It'll go away. Don't worry. Little Romero sauce. You'll be all right. Scott M. I think he's waiting for the Real Madrid job after Ancelotti leaves. Maybe you're talking about something else. I don't know what he's talking about. Vinny Jones, Bullet Tooth Tony, Danny Mean Machine Z. I don't know who those are, and I'll put some respect on their name in case they're Mafia Hitman, because we were talking about Romero being a hitman. Maybe that's what we're talking about. Jacob, that King impression was so good for a minute, I thought I was watching the movie. Oh, the King Kong impression. You know me, I'm pretty good at my impressions here. Romero got 1 red all Premier League season. That is hardly rash. Yeah, 1 red in the Premier League, 1 red in the... Or no, I think he got 2 in the Premier League and 1 in the Champions League. Or maybe it was 1 and 1. I don't remember. But either way, people play it out like he's getting 1 every other match. No, he's busting a motherfucker every match. That's what he's doing. And if it looked rash, well, guess what? Violence can look rash sometimes, and we need a little violence out there on the pitch. That's just my opinion. A lot of people say it's not the true art of defending, but that's okay. I don't care. If you go out there and instill fear in their star, man, I'm fine with that.
I want to see, like, when we kick off against Brentford, poop, within 5 seconds, I want Romero to do a flying kick to someone's jaw. That's just to set the tone of Tottenham's season.
I like that. Lucas says Romero is a lesser version of Sergio Ramos, surrounded with good players, and Romero will improve. I agree. I do think we'll see him play better around better players. But he also openly admitted that last season was not good, and he was very frustrated going into the match, and that there was a big disconnect between the manager and players, and then also whenever he got back, the disconnect. So there was a lot of things working against the old salmon of Christian Romero. But don't worry, he's going to be back. He's going to have an outstanding year. I'm calling it. Ainge has won many trophies. He is a winner. That's right. Get him in. So is Jose, though. So is Conte. But yeah, I love it. Ainge. I'm all about the Ainge hype. Asian player for 8 times in the 10 years of existence. Well, there you go. Shout out AC. You're spot on. He's the man. He's the man with the plan. Scott, you have some personal beef. Oh, sorry. I don't know what that is. Ainge has won with every team he has coached. He is a winner.
That's right.
Let's go. That's a fact. The only team that Jose Mourinho didn't win a trophy with was Tottenham. So I hope we don't do that to Ainge.
Yeah, and he won't let it. He just won't let it lie, will he? He keeps on going on about it. Oh, just go and manage someone else, Jose, for God's sake.
Jacob, your streams make me cry with laughter. Good. Hopefully it's tears of laughter and not tears of sadness. Because I try to keep the vibes immaculate here. Y'all know that. Y'all know me. Too blessed to be stressed. I know Tottenham's a shambles, but ain't no need for us to be upset about it. Jacob's Paul. You like that, Daniel? Where are you at, Daniel? Who's apologizing? Oh, only 10% are apologizing. 68 votes, 42 likes. 26 of y'all don't want to bring free beer to the party. You guys, what are you doing there? Romero fully Spurs. The thoughts. 32% in the lead says still don't like him / I need a hug. Well, there you go. If you don't like him at this point, you just need a fucking hug, in my opinion. And I got one for you. Come on, get in here. I'll give you a good hug. Make you feel better. How about that?
I don't like Romero. I don't, Jacob. It's not your fault. It's okay.
It's okay. The agenda was driven. It wasn't your fault. It's okay to apologize and admit you were wrong. It is okay. Please do hit that like. We just hit over an hour about 5 minutes ago. Please do subscribe to the Hotspur Hippie. His link is in the title as well. Really easy to click that, go on over there, and show some love to the Hotspur Hippie. But don't. Apparently, he's leaving us in another 500 subs. He said once he gets more subs than here, he said he can no longer step down into the slums.
Like a box of moldy tangerines. Just gone, man.
Yeah.
I know how this YouTube works. You crawl on the people. You crawl all over them.
Crawl over them till you get to the top, baby.
Back to like Godzilla. Godzilla fighting a big moth near Tokyo Tower.
I think we need a winger too. Who do y'all want as a winger? We
Oh,
talked about this a little bit
yeah.
yesterday. I think we're all right on wingers. We got Perisic and Solomon off the bench. You could argue maybe Pedro Porro, if Emerson Royale starts at the right back, that Pedro Porro could come in as a right winger. I wouldn't mind another right winger. Alfie Devine maybe could be that another person off the bench to push the right winger. Kulusevski to maybe hopefully he can play a little better. Iron sharpens iron type of thought system behind that. So maybe we could see that. I don't know. Peace, Mud. Are you out of here, Mud? See you, Mud. Taxi to TV series, Jacob. Oh, okay. That's got to be a compliment then.
I've got the thing in my head now. Thanks for that.
Eco Echo said, I didn't see this, but they say Kane said the other day, I will do whatever the club thinks is best for the club, but that wasn't clickbaity enough to make the headlines. Interesting.
Spurs, man, he's all that. He's all coys.
Come on, man. Talk to me nicely.
Come on, Jacob. Come back and love him.
I always loved him. I'm like, is Dad gonna come home or is he leaving forever? You know,
is he hanging around by the docks?
Yeah,
again?
man. I'm. Hey, I grew up in a divorced family. I know what it's like when Papa leaves, and I just want to know where you're leaving off to. Are you gonna come home? Are you gonna still be around? What's going on here, Dad? Where are we going, Kane?
Hello, I'm Mummy's new friend.
My name's Kulo Moani. That's funny.
I'm Ivan Tony.
But I can't show up until next year. I'll be here next year. I'll take Ivan Tony, even if that means he doesn't get here till January. Big up Tyler in the house. Hey, Paul and Jacob, how you guys doing tonight? Doing fantastic, Tyler. Hope you are as well. Sorry, Jacob, the Ancelotti comment was about Nagelsmann. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. I sometimes forget who's talking to who there. Media is always against Spurs. I agree with that.
True,
I said last night you should do a voiceover artist with a face. You should be a voiceover artist with a face for radio. Isn't that? I think that's saying I'm ugly, but I sound okay. So I'll take it. That's fine. Marino got us to a final, but got fired before it. You never know. That's true. You never know. Ainge is the one that will show toughness. The team will follow. It's going to be exciting, says Hansi. Yeah. Good day, Antonios Vorias. Says, good day, guys. What would be your starting back four for game one if no center backs are signed? Mine is Royale, Romero, Davies, and Udogi. Paul, I'll start with you.
Yeah, I'd probably swap Royal for Porro just to have a bit of, sizzle, maybe let some goals in, but maybe score a couple more. But I think that's a fair enough lineup you got there, man. It's Davies, I think, takes the nod over Dyer and Tanganga and Commissar Sanchez. So until personnel changes are made, that's about as good as we got, I reckon.
Okay. All right. For me, maybe Pedro Porro and Romero. I mean, they don't play good defense together next to each other, honestly. So yeah, let me see Romero with Royale. Joe Roden. Let's see Joe Roden. 45 minutes with Romero. Let's just see. And Udogi.
Oh, he was missing out of the match as well, I think. He was one of the kids in the naughty corner.
Mm-hmm. Naughty, Mr. Roden.
If you just bear with me, I've just got to go and drop Eric Dyer off at the pool.
Oh, yeah, no problem. We'll be here waiting for you. Daniel E. says, yeah, rash early stupid tackle by Romero setting the tone for most of his Spurs career so far. To be honest, words mean F all if he goes back on the pitch and acts like a hothead still. Yeah, Daniel, I do hope he doesn't improve. I do hope that he improves somewhat on his decision making, but I love the intensity that he brings. Let's corral the Mustang a little bit, maybe. Get Santiago Jimenez from Feyenoord and Ibrahim Sangari. He plays for PSV. I know that. And then Højbjerg replacement. That would be the Højbjerg replacement. I'm fine with that. Let's do it. But we need some center backs. Cloud clicks. That's all great getting all these people, but we need some center backs. Sub to Hotspur Hippie there. Big up Ben for dropping the link. Big up Just a Girl Spurs hitting some milestones. Paul can only have so many subs or his laptop will explode. AC says, doesn't Solomon also play right winger? I've seen him on the left have success in the Premier League coming off the bench on the left. So personally for me, I would like to see Solomon still play on the left there coming off the bench. But you know what? Maybe in training he does show something nice on the right that Ainge believes in could be nice. Who knows? Great energy in this show. Big up VH. We try to keep the vibes right. That is Kane speaking. The rest is Levy juggling balls and spinning plates, says Neil Shafton. Paul, I can't cope with your LSD backdrops, migraines, LOL. I do listen to your vids when I can. And that's a good way to bring up Paul back. Hey, Paul.
Hey, hello.
Luca says your trippy backgrounds while you stream give him migraines. It's tough.
Well, that's we can always listen like he does, so that's good.
Or you could just open another tab and then it'll cover the stream video, but you can still hear him. You can always do that too. I do that when ugly people stream. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
The strawberry filter.
Kate says Kane doesn't want to leave because we haven't won trophies. Kane wants to leave because we have given up trying to win trophies. Damn, Kate, that feels deep. That feels deep, but can't say you're really wrong. I watch a lot of footy here in Australia. Why can't we pick up a defender that can at least play 3 different positions? Is there any player that can do this so they can rotate around? I think we've seen Japhet Tanganga in 3 different positions. I don't know if being a master of or a pro in everything and a master of nothing is good. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good thing. Roden says no. I just threw Roden out there because why the hell not? At least let me see him, or let me see 15 minutes of him with Romero. It's just I'm so desperate for anything other than Dyer, other than Davies, other than what I've seen. I didn't like Tanganga at the left center back. I'm a Tanganga supporter, but not. I didn't like what I saw there. Joe Lewis is facing charges in the U.S. as AC.
Is he?
Uh-oh. I don't know.
Breaking news, is it?
I might be. I have no idea. I ain't heard nothing. Mustangs are a protected species in Nevada, says Neil Shafton. Didn't know that. That's cool. Let the wild horses run is what I say. King Solomon does what he wants. Ain't that true? The trippy backgrounds are part of the allure for Say No More, Gov. That's all, you can't win, you can't lose, man. It's either way it goes. The next little thing I want to talk about, I feel like I've beaten the Romero thing over the head a little bit. So,
well, you know what? I mean, people are. I heard as I was busy in the office there for a second about Rasmus, and like people still regurgitating the old AC Milan red card. Is that what people are all feisty? Was it red? Where was it? Was it Milan or was it Sheffield United or something? Where did he get sent off?
He got sent off versus City, and he got sent off versus Milan in the second leg, I believe.
Right. Now, if I was Romero and I was in that team defending a 1-0 deficit, I'm surprised he didn't go and punch a ball boy in the dick. He'd be so pissed off. So I think he showed immense restraint to just fly in with a tackle, because that was a horrible game. We were never going to win that game.
Yeah, that wasn't fun. I didn't enjoy that game.
Nah, horrible.
Good night, Kate. Good night, Jim. Hope y'all have a good night. Can we hear your English accent before we go to sleep? Please, sir, can I have some more? More? That's my first go-to one. That's the one that helps open the... You don't like it ever, Paul. I know it. What about my Australian accent? Is that better?
I'm touched. I thought I was in the streets of Victorian London there for a second.
Please, sir, can I have some more? Or Austin Powers. I watch a lot of Austin Powers, so maybe I could, do I make you Randy? What about that? Was that better? Is that better? Which one's better, the Hungry Child or Austin Powers?
They're both perfectly acceptable.
I know what that answer means. Clock clicks. Kane will end up like Coutinho for wanting to win something. I don't know what that means.
Don't know, man.
I hope, hey, if he does leave, good luck to you, pal. Quez Ali says, Paul, I love when you talk about Bill Nicholson and Danny
Oh, nice.
Blanchflower. Angel will teach everyone the real meaning of Spursy.
That's it, man. Hashtag reclaim Spursy. I'm fed up with this shit. Spursy is a flick over the top from Glenn Hoddle. Spursy is Steve Perriman having a go at Jerry Gow, making a number on him. That's Spursy. And yeah,
I love it. I love the passion.
Ange is in the mould of those guys. I'm not gonna. I've heard people say he could be as good, but I mean, Bill Nicholson is a high bench, but I think he's going to be our best manager we've had in a long time, Ange Postecoglou. No doubt about it.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Keep hitting those likes up, y'all, while we're here. 46 likes, 56 y'all watching. We could surely hit 50 likes because we hit 72 votes in the poll and we ain't even hit 50 likes. What are we doing? Why do y'all hate me? Well, why do y'all hate me? There's in one of the shows my son watches, there's a little garden snake and he always goes, "You don't love me." And you know what? That's how I'm feeling, y'all. Y'all ain't hit the likes. Y'all want to come to the party. And you don't love me. Patty Harden, I think this is in talking about the Joe Louis thing. Federal prosecutors said in an indictment in New York that the 86-year-old passed on inside information from companies in which he was an investor to friends, including his personal pilots and assistants. So tampering, some kind of rich fat cat tampering. I don't understand. But I know that the other rich people get mad when rich people get richer while they're not getting rich as well. So if this guy's got rich off of some information that these people didn't get rich off, they're probably going to go get his ass. That's how it goes in America, at least. Because if they ain't making money, they coming to get your ass. Just like they got Wesley Snipes back in the day, the IRS, they don't play. Let's see. Strawberry Alarm Clock, Chocolate Watch Band, Paul, or Sky Saxon and the Seeds. All of this sounded like, what are you talking about? These bands?
Yeah. I'd go Strawberry Alarm Clock out of those ones, I reckon.
Is it edible, the alarm clock? Can you eat it and it tastes like strawberry yum-yums?
You can listen to
it. We just need a beast of a center back to compliment Romero. I agree.
We need, man. It's all we need. Not much to ask.
Can I have the Dyer video before I go to bed? Oh my, Alan Bennett, you're a frequent flyer of the United Spurs of America. Paul, hide your kids, hide your wife, because here it comes.
And you guys never win anything, right? No. Right? Yeah. And you guys never win anything, right? No. Right? Yeah. And you.
2 times to let it sink in case Ange Postecoglou is watching. That's the guy who you want to give a start to. Be careful, y'all. Jacob and Paul, you are brilliant. Big up, Kate. Thank you for the compliment. Hansi G, sounds to me like it's Tottenham has been playing boring soccer. Last year isn't the object to score more goals and win. Ainge will let you score lots, release the break on the guys, play exciting. All things I love to see, Hansi. Future Music says, a pharaoh on a yacht decides if we have a good day or not. That sounds like a poem.
I gave some of your drum and bass a little listen. Future Music, nice stuff, man. Nicely put together. Nice videos as well.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Future Music. Didn't know you had a YouTube channel with some music, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I gotta check it out. Yeah. Jason Helms in the house says, if we get 2 center backs, which pairing do you prefer? Tapsoba Phillips, Tosin Van de Veen, or Nelson Van de Veen? I would prefer Tapsoba Romero with Van de Veen at left back or competing at least with Udogie for left back, maybe competing for left side center back, and Phillips behind Romero competing, because Phillips also, like Tosin, occupies a lot of that same area as Romero. Those are 2 players that are, at least last season's heat map suggests that they were used to playing at the right-sided center back. So that would be me. What about you, Paul? What's your preferred?
I'll go close to Van de Ven out of that lot. I think Nelson's off the cards now. But yeah, Tosin Van de Ven, just because, I don't know, Van de Ven seems to be more versatile to me than Tapsoba, from what little I've gleaned.
But Tapsoba is more experienced, but there is hope for a higher ceiling of Van de Ven.
Yeah, Tapsoba's probably a better player, I'm not saying that, but I think I just like a bit of a Swiss Army knife in defence.
Okay. All right, I can get behind that. That's what billionaires do, insider trading. Yeah, they're going to get you for that because everyone need to be getting rich, not just a select few, apparently.
It's
And
going to take a
not
while,
me either.
though.
Yeah,
I
it'll be a few years. Yeah, exactly, Luca. You know the vibes. Sounds like Dallas grade 6 class is putting a performance of Oliver. Scott, I don't know what you're talking about sometimes.
please, can I have some more, sir?
Oh, because of my accent. Please, sir. Is it Oliver? Is that the kid's name who's hungry?
Yeah.
Okay. I've only seen it because like late at night in America, that was like one of the, it
You know,
was like,
when
catch
you put
all
that
your
voice,
classics.
when you put that voice on, I just want to shove you straight up a chimney, mate. Just go out and clean
Get to
that fucker.
cleaning. Get to cleaning. Put some bass in your voice. Please, sir. Can I have some more? That was pretty bad. Clark Clixa, what I mean, Kane will end up like Coutinho is. Coutinho left Liverpool for Barcelona. Liverpool won the league, Champions League, so Spurs will win something when Kane goes. I've often said how ironic and funny it will be, and it would be like I guess he was the curse all along why we couldn't get over the line if that's the case. But it may not be true. Hey, if he does leave and we win a trophy out of it, then bye and thank you for the trophy. That's how I feel about it. Don't know what that is. Why you have to play that, Jacob? I have forgotten about that prick Dyer for a couple days. Never forget, my friend. Never forget. He's always there. He's still radiating his bullshit to our players who are still there. But you know who's radiating some positive besides Future Music? Shout out Future Music. Says appreciate the love. And apparently TAPSOBA's off. His club refuses to sell him, says Echo. Someone who is radiating a little bit of positivity throughout the club, Paul, is this man right here. Let me scroll down so you can see his face before I show you the quote. Wow! I'm talking about the one and only Heungmin son, Heungmin daddy, Heungmin Hung, the one and only. Speaking about his new role under Ainge, he says, it is how I used to play, on the touchline, 1v1 with the fullbacks and creating problems for the defensive line. When I stay wide, we will have more space inside and running into the space also. Obviously, we didn't talk about any individual roles, but you could see when I was not even playing against West Ham, I could literally see what my role will be. It's simple. Everyone in his position knows what to do and how to manage their game. To me, he is back. He is on. He is ready to go. I cannot wait to see him playing for Ainge Postecoglou. My favorite part was the first part. It's how I used to play. Talking about I used to be that guy. And guess what? I still can be that guy under Ainge Postecoglou. So that made me happy to see. There was also something else I wanted to...
I actually brought that quote up in my stream, and I like the end of that quote where he says, like, everyone knows where their position is. And to me, that means that Ange is communicating with the team nice and simply in football terms, not complicating the shit out of everything, just very simple. You stay there and do that. Very simple, which is good, I reckon.
Jethalal, big up. Big up Hotspur Hippie. Not big up to me, but big up to you, and that's cool.
No,
Yeah, it's okay. You're here, you're supporting, that's cool. And I'm showing some love to Hotspur Hippie. That's what it's all about. We get nostalgic about old school defending, and now Romero shows some bottle and this.
Yeah, right. That's right, man. That's right.
Paul, Jacob, what are your favorite Grateful Dead songs?
Not really into Grateful Dead, man. Not my vibe. I'm not saying they're not good, but you know, I do like a lot of music from that era. I was listening to a bit of Creedence Clearwater Revival, Bayou Country. That's their best album. It's a cracker. But no, Grateful Dead, not my thing.
Neil Shafton says, shows my age. Oliver Twist was a childhood favorite as a kid. Oliver Reed, R.I.P. Jack Wilde, R.I.P. Don't know about Mark Lester. I don't know who Mark Lester is. But shout out, Neil. Alonzo hates Spurs, won't do business with Spurs. Who's Alonzo?
Which one's he?
I don't know. Some bastard. But anyway, back to Sonny. he goes on to say here, when you're wearing this shirt, and you should know. Hang on, let me pull this up better. I'm gonna zoom it in. My son just woke up, so he's screaming, and I always get distracted when I hear that little bugger screaming. So, when you're wearing this shirt, this is Heung-min's son now. Look, here we go. Bang, bang. There's the man with his golden boot, by the way. It says, when you're wearing this shirt, you should know you're playing for Tottenham, playing in the Premier League, and it is not enough to give 99%, and is not enough when the time comes. If we think like this and stick together like a family, we can go back up the mountain and win with no mess. This is very, very important for us as a club. That last line one more time. We can go back up the mountain and win with no mess. What mess you talking about, Sonny? Could it be the Italian provocateur that created the mess? What is he referring to here? Huh? Ooh, I don't know. Could it be this guy right here?
Oh, get him out of there. Get him out.
He's burrowing deep. He's staying warm.
He's like a parasite burrowing in like a worm.
I can't wait till I can get, hopefully for Christmas, I'll get an Ainge one. That's what I want for Christmas. I want to get a little Ainge one. That'll be fun. And I'll go and show them out like I do my Heung-min Son one. Robert Wren says Ainge might not want Van de Veen or TAPSOBA. Your views? He wants somebody. He's said it twice now in different ways. That I think the other quote was something like, actually, I think I have it. I have it here. I wish it could be like my wife and Amazon, where we get a delivery every day. Says we're looking to bring in at least one center back. It's just the football world. I've been around long enough to know how it works. I wish it could be like my wife and Amazon, where we get a delivery every day, but no frustration. So there you go. Everyone's saying he's frustrated. He said it himself. He is not. And there you go. Oh, let's see. But back to Heung-min Son, Heung-min father. He's fully Koi's, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
If you had any doubt. And then I thought these were some interesting stats. So I wanted to share this real quick. Jesus, can you hear my wife screaming back there? They're playing a fun game, I'm assuming, and they're yelling, and it's very distracting. Kick and run merchant is what they've dubbed him as. But he has better numbers than both of these ex-City wingers while playing in a far inferior team. Goes on to say Sonny is one of the greatest Premier League wingers of all time. If you disagree, you don't know ball. What are we saying in the chat, y'all? What are we saying in the chat? Is Sonny one of the greatest Premier League wingers of all time? His numbers compared to some of these other guys. So Son is on the left. Riyad Mahrez is on the right. All seasons in the Premier League. Riyad Mahrez with 18 more appearances, has 16 less goals and 5 more assists. So he scored far more goals with less appearances than Riyad Mahrez. And then the next comparison he has him next to is Raheem Sterling. All seasons compared, 252 appearances for Son Heung-min, 336 for Raheem Sterling. So, and almost 100 more appearances, has less than 20 more goals. So that's pretty comparable. I would argue once Sonny hits 300 goals or 300 appearances, he'll be in and around that. But I thought Sonny hit 100 Premier League goals. This says only 97. I thought he hit 100 this year.
I thought he 100 as well.
These stats might not even be right, mister. Even though you're defending, you might not even be right.
I think he's probably better than those two, but saying the greatest, I don't know, it's a bit of a long bow, isn't it, really? But you can be very, very good without being the greatest. You can still be great.
Alonso is TAPSOBA's manager at Leverkusen.
Okay.
Okay. Zabi Alonso, that's right, yeah.
We'll just put a bit of hate tax in the bung then.
CCR, sad story of a manager getting to the other brother and turning him against John. What? I don't know what that is. Was it something we were talking about? Sonny is now the main man at Spurs. Yes, sir, Peter. Big up, Peter. Ainge wanted Van de Veen at Celtic. That is true. I did remember seeing that. Sonny loves his club so much. If you didn't know, you would think he was homegrown. Absolutely. I agree, AC. He loves his club so much. He is my
Where do we buy him from?
Bayer Leverkusen.
Bayer Leverkusen. So, there's always hope.
There is always hope. Van de Veen, Sonny, ultimate package stolen from Leverkusen. I'm about it.
Yeah.
Or not Van de Veen. Van de Veen's a Wolfsburg. I mean TAPSOBA.
Maybe that's why Alonso's got the shits. Because he knew Sonny was the best player they'd ever have, and he maybe feels the same about TAPSOBA. But he didn't stop us getting Sonny, so come on, Spurs.
True. Come on, you Spurs. Rich says, big up Jacob and Hotspur Hippie. Do you think we should play Son through the middle if Kane leaves? Paul, I'll start with you.
God, I don't. Well, if the alternative is Richarlison, then yes. But I think we do need someone else, don't we? To do that, because as we both know, Richarlison ain't no share of me.
He is not no share of me.
No. So could be Sonny up the middle. I wouldn't be opposed, but I think Kane's going to be here another year anyway. So
I have that feeling that Kane's going to be here another year too. But if he does leave and we don't sign a striker before the season starts, I'm fine with Son in the middle. I think he'll thrive in that role personally. And then either Solomon or Perisic or Udogie at the left wing. I'm fine with that. I mean, I know it's not an ideal situation, but we'll be all right, y'all. I think we'll be all right. I'm just emotionally like, tell me, Kane, what are you doing? Future Music says Kane for England is like Son for South Korea. We have two kings.
Yeah.
I mean, some people even say Højbjerg for Denmark as well as a king. He's a captain for Denmark.
Do you go for France? No one's saying that, are they?
No. Ben Davies for Wales? But it's Gareth Bale who's the captain anyway. But he retired, so they need a new captain. It's probably going to be Ben Davies. Richarlison needs to return to Everton form. Otherwise, a waste of 60 mil. Speaking of Everton, they finally got their man, Arnaut Danjuma. He's Everton's new number 10. It'd be funny if he can thrive out there for them. It'd be interesting to see.
What a load of old cack that was, hey? I was getting that. I mean, fucking hell, Tottenham.
Fucking hell. Tyler, I'm fine if Kane leaves. If we use the money for center backs first, Sonny, Richie rotating at the 9, keeping one of Parrott or Scarlett just in case of injury. Parrott and Scarlett, neither one will do for me. I just don't think any of them offer much at this juncture. They need more loans. I don't know about Parrott anymore. Scarlett could be. Maybe needs another loan to a championship team and see how he looks over a whole season, because he kind of fell off there with Peterborough, or was it Portsmouth?
Something like that.
Yeah,
I didn't see much from either of them. I was looking at their stats now and then, and I don't know. I think get rid of him, really.
Yeah. Peter M says if Kane leaves, then we can choose in the middle with Richie and Sonny, but I'd go for Tony either this year if Kane goes to Bayern or next if Kane leaves on a free. I agree. I've watched Ivan Toney since he was in the championship, and I've always said he reminds me of a Harry Kane type of striker. And over the years with Brentford, he's proven that he can do everything that Harry Kane does with us. He does that for Brentford. He creates from Mbeumo and the other winger in the middle. He'll drop back and create, and he'll also play forward. So there's a lot of talent there, Ivan Toney. I love the guy. I think he could do well for us. Roy says, hi, boys, coys. Hi, Roy. Hi, Roy, boys, coys. Roy's boys, coys, coys. Coys, 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 Roy, boys. How about that? That's a little bit of a tongue twister. Boys, if Kane leaves, Richie will step up. I sure hope he steps up. I don't know if he's a share of me, though. We need a share of me.
He ain't no share of me.
C. Sherman's in the house. Big up C. Sherman says Alonso is looking at his 3 best defenders, receive interest from other clubs. Jonathan Tah. That's another name. Hincapi and TAPSOBA. He has to have a clinch going on right now. I mean, obviously we've been linked now with 2 of them. I'm just waiting for the Jonathan Tah links, and then we've been linked with everyone in Bayer Leverkusen's back line, so that'd be fun. Should have gone after Vlahovic. Was he 60? He would be all right. I don't know. He didn't do too well at Juventus, but he's great for Fiorentina. Preston. He went to Preston. That's what I thought where Troy Parrott went. Troy Parrott went to Preston.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
'Cause it's played
Ivan
in the
Toney in
country.
January, we should def buy, says Tyler. I agree. I first saw Tony playing on loan at Scunthorpe, and he was amazing. Hey, Peter, I often pat myself on the back for saying I saw Tony in the championship, but you saw him at Scunthorpe. Hey, more props to you, my friend. You saw him before I did. He's a beast, man. He's such a good player. Twitch viewer, MLS enigmatic. Enigmatic. Big up. Do you pay attention to MLS? Who's your team? Says we need to not depend of Kane. We do need to not depend on Kane. And I think it's a good time, Paul, for us to take the teat out of our mouth, so to speak. The Harry Kane teat. We take it out of our mouth.
Another year. I want to suck on it for another year, man.
I knew you
I
would.
need some milk.
Oh, you said what?
Oh! Somebody! Oh! He needs some milk.
He needs some milk. Maybe one more year. I mean, hey,
One more year, man. I'm not walking yet, mummy.
Maybe Evan Ferguson too. He's a bright young player. I don't know if Brighton will get rid of him though. Be interesting to see. C. Shearman, I think Ainge likes the Jamie Vardy type of striker the most, not a target man. Then that's perfect. Sonny fits that perfectly. Tony could fit that perfectly as well. Bookies have Tony at 4 to 5. Saw Kevin Keegan at Scunthorpe.
Oh, right.
All right. Well, there you go. I don't know much about the bookies, but there you go. I agree, Paul. Please, one more year, says Tyler. One more year. Just a little more milk, please. Good evening, Adrian Stroka. Tuned in right when the milk is playing. Says, good evening, all. Good evening, Adrian. Hope you're keeping well. 67 of y'all in the house. Hit up them likes. We got 54 likes. 80 votes in the poll. 80 people done dropped by the crib, Paul. And only 54 brought free beer. The other rest of them, they didn't even grab the free beer on their way in. It's not too late. You can still grab the free beer. Hit that like. It's free. Cost you nothing. Also want to say a big shout out to the Patreon members. Big shout out to the YouTube chat members as well, holding it down. Supporting beyond the free beer. They paid for beer. They paid for beer to be here at the channel. So big ups to them. Big ups to you if you're hanging out, you're having a good time. Hit that like. You clearly like what we're saying, so just hit that like. It don't matter. You watching Messi in an hour, Jacob? You already know, Tyler. I'm on Messi watch. Hold up. Let me get my... That's how I be watching Messi. What you doing, Messi? Paul, you going to watch Messi in an hour? I'm
going to go for a walk. I've got to go and stand in front of trees before I do my video. So, you know. That's
true. But that's shameful, man. You got to watch the GOAT. Go on a walk and watch the GOAT while you're on the walk. You can go along. That was better.
I'm going to just go out and I'm going to do a bit of fishing today. That's my big plan. Fishing. So I'll have a nice, huge fish supper before I watch Tottenham smash those Singapore Lion dudes.
The Singapore Sea Lion sailors is what they are, actually.
Yeah, formed
Singaporeans.
post-war. They were formed post-war to give the Singapore police something to do. So that's another reason not to like them.
I heard in their last preseason match they won 7-0.
Yeah. Ooh, scary.
Ooh. Peter M says we must wean ourselves off Kane.
No.
We are not the Harry Kane team. He's now older and will end sooner rather than later. I've seen Greaves and many others go, and somehow we go on.
Oh, we'll go on after he's gone, but he's at his peak. He's getting better every year. So let's have another year out of him, I reckon.
All right, yeah. One more year.
And if he signs another contract, he signs another contract. Let's have 5 more years of him.
5 more years. 5 more years.
But when I'm with you, as soon as he goes out the door, adios, Senor Kane. That's it. Goodbye. Hope you win nothing.
I hope you win nothing. Let's see. Quez Ali says Kuti is lactose intolerant. He don't need no milk though. Kuti don't need no milk. MLS Enigmatic says, like we see more Kane on deserving great passes of most of the time. If you got a striker with that type of play, we did it. It would be great. Kane, we can sell him for a good price. Sounds like you want to sell Kane?
Can we? No one's offering what no
That's
one's
what I'm
offering.
saying. Hit me with the offer. Hit me with the good offer, and maybe we'll talk. Spurs in Space says Joe Lewis, and he's laughing. So big up Spurs in Space. First comment of the day. Joe Lewis laughing. Big up. Haha. He is laughing, counting all that money on his yacht. He's laughing. Oh, maybe he's talking about the Joe Lewis allegations of insider trading. Big up Lee Smithy Smith says, big up lads. With our favorite emoji, Paul.
Oh, it's the fist.
Back to work. Back to work. Goulash, baby, goulash. She texted me asking what should I make for dinner, and I thought we talked about the goulash. My son said goulash too. That's what he's screaming about. We have to get a good center back, says MLS Enigmatic. Thank you for closing the door. Robert Wren says you don't have to spend $1 million to get a George Best or a new Ledley King, eh?
Yeah.
Hey.
And then off air it'll be, I told you Tuesday night's goulash night.
I told you already it was goulash tonight. I love some goulash. Peter M. Paul, watch out for the crocs in the creek when you're fishing. Was that pretty good?
Well, it was
the crocs in the creek when you're fishing. And your bloody prawns on your barbie.
You got the prawns right. Yeah. Well done.
I was trying to think about that name the other night. I was like, damn, I couldn't think of the name for shrimps because shrimps on the Barbie is now I'm deeming it cultural appropriation. I'm doing that. As an American, I'm deeming it cultural appropriation for Australians. Adrian says, do you think Dyer will get that 3-year contract?
That all died in the arse, didn't it?
Did it?
Yeah, nah, it's not happening, man. Come on. Nah.
Maybe. It might happen. I'm worried it's going to happen. Jason Bell, big up Jacob and Paul. Big up Jason Bell. One of my hairs keeps flying into my eye, and I keep scratching my eye. It's really freaking annoying. Neil Shafton saw Best with the LA Aztecs. There's a throwback, Neil. Wow. Neil coming in with the throwback. The LA Aztecs. All right. Shout out George Best. He had a cool hairdo. C Cube's in the house. Big up C Cube. Says, cheers, Paul and Jacob. What did I pick in the poll? Let's see. I'll try to find out. The poll again, please do partake in that poll. Romero's fully Spurs, and I'm asking your thoughts. 30%. Oh, we got a 3-way tie of 30%. Says I still don't like him / I need a hug. And then another 30% says he's always been fully Coys. I love him. And then the other 31% now says, oh, Christian Romero. Hey, whoa, big shout out to Never a Foul, Kaz Daps and the lads. I see they had a redirect over here. Welcome to the 100 new viewers, Paul, so no pressure. We got 100 people, 100 new viewers tuning in, so no pressure. Big ups. My name's Jacob. Welcome to United Spurs of America. Those of you who don't know, welcome in. I'm joined today with Paul of Hotspur Hippie, so big ups. We're just going through the comments, chatting with everybody, having a good time, laughing. But look at this, Never a Foul raid. Big ups. Over 200 of y'all in the chat. Big ups. Wow. Please do hit that subscribe if you're new. Go on over to the Hotspur Hippie. Hit that subscribe for him as well. And if you can, hit the like. You know what I mean? It goes a long way for us content creators out here. But big up for the Never a Foul raid.
Maybe vote in the poll for Christian Romero to renew my faith in humanity, because I don't get the hate. So, it'd be nice if this on-swelling of fresh new blood are just all Romero freaks,
Hey, I would love it. But you know what? Actually, I think the temperature of the rival fans, tell me who you support and what your thoughts are of Christian Romero. We've had a long show talking about Christian Romero. A lot of our fans give him a lot of grief. And I personally think I love the guy. And his quotes came out today. He loves us. He loves Spurs. And I'm all about that. Let's see what Amir says. Read my message as to what I'm going to say. Breaking. Tottenham owner Joe Lewis indicted in New York over alleged inside. He's indicted. It's a step above. I need to tune in to CNN and see what's going on over here.
He'll be facing swift justice in about 2 or 3 years then. Hold the phone.
Yeah, Donald Trump's been indicted, I think, about 3 or 4 times, and he's still chilling in his Javiana suite, so he's
it's a
doing all
year
right.
away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's plus think about it. Joe Louis has how many yachts? You never know what yacht that man's going to be on. He can just go to the Caribbean, where it's a little bit of a jurisdictional gray area.
Yeah. More up in Belize or somewhere.
No, Amir, I know you're not making it up. We were talking about it a little bit earlier on.
Yeah.
But big up Amir, big up JC. That's a new name in the chat as well. Says, where is Spurs finishing next season? 9th. With no center backs, I would say 9th is good.
First.
Paul with Hotspur Hippie, he says first. Me personally, I feel like if we don't get any center backs in, or even if we just sign Tosin, I think 9th is a good spot for us there. If we got Eric Dyer, if we don't sell Sanchez, we can't sell Davies, we can't sell Roden, Tanganga. Yeah, we're not looking good. We can score, but we can't defend. Luca 14 with the $3 super sticker, three pound actually. Excuse me, 3 pound super sticker. Big up. I think the sticker is a big thumbs up, and that thumbs up is to say go ahead and hit that like while you're here. And shout out Never a Foul again for the raid. I do appreciate y'all very much. Let's see, Liverpool for Amir. He supports Liverpool and he likes Christian Romero. There we go. We got one vote for a healthy Romero. Carl Smith at Living with Carl on TikTok. What's up, Carl? How are you doing? Says Romero is overrated and rash. Come on, you gooners.
So you've got to flip that because he's like anti.
Flip it like a nice little pancake. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if a gooner says he's overrated, he's got to be good. They're just jealous.
They're just jealous.
Yeah.
Big up, Carl Smith. I appreciate the banter. Rival fans definitely welcome here. I know I know what we look like as Spurs fans, but guess what? I'm too blessed to be stressed, so I appreciate the banter. It always makes me feel good inside. VH says Richarlison didn't get a chance under Conte. He's the right type of forward for a system manager like Ainge. He and Romero will cause havoc to opponents. Okay.
I thought he got a fair shake at the sauce bottle under Conte.
Yeah.
And didn't do anything. So I'm still waiting for this Richarlison pigeon to take flight, but it ain't happened yet.
We've been waiting for it to happen. I also have this little bit of news I want to share with y'all real quick. It's Ainge Postecoglou talking about Papa Matessar. This is a little bit something I wasn't going to talk about unless we had the time, but guess what? We got a little bit more time. We got 191 hanging out. Some people have left from the raid. That's okay. Some of y'all have stayed. If you have stayed, welcome in. So the Spurs Watch says Ainge Postecoglou talked about if Papa Matessar is in his plans. I know for fans like me who want to see more of this youngster, I don't want to see him loaned out. Paul, you don't want to see him loaned out. You want him as well?
I think in the warm-up game they played the other day, one of the teams, which I think was the A team, had Basuma, Maddison and Sarr in midfield, and I think that's a tasty combo. I want to see more of that.
I would love to see more of it as well. But Ainge said about Papa Matessar, he says, what a player. He never stops smiling. What else do you want from a footballer? He's outstanding, and he is always happy. Remember the video I showed yesterday where he's like, whoa, he's slipping. The man can't even fall. We catch him. Don't worry about it. I've seen plenty of outstanding players who are fairly miserable. He's a great talent. That's funny. I wonder who he's referring to there. He's a great talent. That part really excited me the moment that we have a clutch with Destiny, Poppy, and Skippy. Destiny, Poppy, and Skippy. He's talking about him, and he likes him. We've got a really talented and very exciting group here. The rival fans, let me know what your thoughts are on Tottenham. Do you think we have an exciting future under Ainge Postecoglou, or are you looking for more of the same old Spurs? But he also says there's some real growth there from us apart from establishing a team that can make a real impact straight away. And there he is. Mr. Smiling Sarr. I've referred to him as Sarr Toure. That's a shout out to Yaya Toure. I think he's, just to overhype my player a little bit. That's where he's come from. Let's see. Sub 2, Mancunian Way and Big Steve MCFC. Can't wait to see the news after Ainge gets you off to a good start. Yeah, all right, there we go. A little bit of love. Big up, Sub. Appreciate that. Cool. I think the unfamiliarity and the mysteriousness of Ainge Postecoglou will definitely play in his favor. I think it will play to people are just, you can't game plan what you don't know, what you ain't seen. And I think in, around October, November, December, we might see teams actually be adjusting to Ainge, and then we're gonna have to see Ainge then take it a step further and adjust to the adjustment. You know what I'm saying? You going left, I'm going right. Oh, you're going right, now I'm going left. That kind of thing is what I want to see. It will really test to see if he can cut it. And there it goes. The mysterious force in the room has blown over more sheet music. More sheet music is falling behind me. If you didn't see that. That's spooky, man. They're hanging with me. The Ange vibes. I don't know what it is. No center backs, no Europe next season for sure. I agree. Mi corazón es de Pilo. Romero vivo gauchos. Okay, Neil out here with the Spanish. Steady as Shark says Richie barely got played as striker under Conte. Most of the time he was put on the right wing. I saw him mostly on the left as well, where he had never really played before. Hey. I think this is in reference to what you were saying about Richarlison earlier, Paul.
Yeah, I mean that's a fair point. No, that is a fair point. He wasn't playing where he usually plays for Brazil, but I don't know. He's got to learn that offside rule, man. He's got to learn to count the number of players between him and the goal, because it ain't happening.
Oh, Christian Romero.
Just on that Ange thing about Ange being like an unknown quantity. There's a quote by Danny Blanchflower who said, "If we don't know what we're going to do, how does the other team?" I think it's a good strategy.
I like it, Paul. I do. I like it. Peter M says, "I want Sar with us this season." I agree, Peter. Peter's with us in the Sarsari Toure boat. Carl Smith says, "I do think Spurs will be dangerous under Ainge. He's a class coach," and this is coming from a Gooner fan. So that's high praise right there. I'll take that. A cup of gravy on my mashed potatoes. Come on, talk
I won't
to me.
flip that one. I won't flip that one.
No, don't flip that one. No. Yeah, keep that pancake on that side. Come on. We choose what we flip around here, Carl Smith. Big ups. Archimedes says Richie will play better. Will play much better this year. Big up Archimedes. That's a new name in the chat as well. If you are new, please do tell me where you're tapping in from and who you support if it's not Spurs. But big up Archimedes. Am I saying it wrong?
Archimedes.
Archimedes. I'm not going to do a horrible accent, Paul. There's over 100 people watching. Shout them out. Big ups to the 170 y'all still locked in with me, hanging out, having a good time. We keep the vibes immaculate here. If you're new.
Any of you opposing fans, are you? Would you be interested in buying Eric Dyer?
5 million, you get an English national team starter. That's a hell of a deal.
I'm sure there's a Leighton Orient fan out there, or Ramsgate FC, or someone that
Carl Smith says I'd sell Son and Dyer too. So I guess that's a no for Carl Smith. JC says realistically, name teams which finish below Spurs next season out of City, Arsenal, United, Liverpool, Newcastle, Villa, Brighton, Chelsea. That's 8 teams. If we get center backs, I know you're new here. This is a new name. I've said if we were to get TAPSOBA, which it looks more unlikely now that we will get him, but if we were to get TAPSOBA and we got Mickey Van de Veen, I could see us getting 7th or 6th. I could legitimately see that. We have a potent attack. We're going to be dangerous with the ball. We just don't have any damn defenders. And I'm also questionable about our goalkeeper too. Will Sicario work out all season? I don't know. It remains to be seen. I know, shout out Alfie Whiteman. He got carted off today with an ankle injury. Shout out Alfie Whiteman. Hope you get better.
I mean, out of that list, I think City would give us a run for the money, but I don't know about that other lot. I mean, Chelsea, come on. You can't put Chelsea anywhere near that. Look where they were last year. They're relegation fodder this year.
I hope you're right, but I am realistically, I'm a little bit scared of Chelsea if Pochettino can get it right.
He don't want to be there, and they don't want him there.
I mean, yes, he did look like a prisoner in his introduction video. They had him strapped to the chair at some spooky lodge off in the woods, and they said, "Tell us you love Chelsea, you bastard." And he said, "Yes, sir, yes, sir." But realistically, I think. Maybe not Villa, but maybe Villa and Brighton and Arsenal and Newcastle. I'm curious to see how they fare with more European matches and more responsibilities, quite frankly, throughout the season. Arsenal surprised a lot of people. They had how many games a season? Chelsea may surprise people because they're going to also have one game a season, one game a week like us as well. So It remains to be seen. I think we can make a push if we sign some center backs. But again, if we don't sign center backs, I see us finishing 8th or 9th as well. Philip Bidwell, that's a new name as well. Big up Philip. Richarlison won't do no better than he did last season for you. You might be right there, my friend. He's no share on me. Shout out to Hero Pigeon. Shout out to Hero Pigeon. Never forget. C Cube says, I want Sarr to be loaned out if he's going to get starting minutes elsewhere and not with us because he needs to get regular minutes. I think with Pablo Sarr, I don't want to see him personally loaned out. I would like to see him come off of the bench or potentially let's see what he can do with Basuma and Madison. We've talked about, I think that's the open spot there. Skippy left a lot to be desired versus West Ham. I was curious to see how we'd fare. I thought Højbjerg was going to get the start. We saw in that matchup that the game got canceled, but we do play in 12 and a half hours from now. 13 and a half hours, something like that. So I'm real excited to see who we're going to put there. Pablo Sarr, I thought in the second 45 was very impressive going forward. He seemed very confident, and I like the things that Ainge is talking about. Big up Eugene in the house. Says, hi, everyone. Big up. Has Davinson Sanchez left yet? This is a sticking point. This is a sticky situation. Spartak Moscow have offered 12 million euros. We did accept. But now it's on to the player whether he accepts if they meet his demands. But do you want to go to a war-torn nation?
I know. I can't stand him on the pitch, but would you really want to go to Moscow at the moment? I mean, come on.
I think that's a little tough. I'd rather wait because it's alleged that Real Betis are in for him, maybe Galatasaray. These seem like maybe a little bit more chill nations, so to speak.
You're getting more propaganda from Russia at the moment. We have more than one potato in Moscow. Yeah, luxury,
I hear, though, that there's really nice places that the players stay at, and that's really nice, that it's actually a lot better training facilities there than people give them credit for. I don't know this personally. That's just what I saw, but I don't know enough or claim to know enough. I just personally, the thought, if you say, hey, we'll pay you the same amount of money, but you just got to go do what you do out in Russia, I would probably think about it twice. Personally, that's just me. You're right about the offsides thing, though, says Steady as Shark. I don't understand how he's so bad at it all. He's literally Brazil's number 9. It's very interesting. Let's see how we're doing. 93 votes about Romero being fully coys, and we got 72 likes on the video. 160 y'all watching. Hit those likes if you are enjoying yourself. It is a free universe, free world, so you don't have to subscribe, you don't have to like, you don't even have to participate in the damn poll. You can just hit in the corner and say close poll. You can do everything for free. Or you could hit the like, help out a content creator. Go over to Hotspur Hippie, hit a subscribe over there as well. Hit a subscribe here while you're at it. And we bring content every day, the two of us on our channel, so definitely check it out. Minion says banana. Don't know why. Brissy. I don't know what's going on here. Brissy bananas. If I were Tottenham, I'd go for Van de Veen, then TAPSOBA. Need that left foot speed, physical strength, and on-ball skills. I'm a big fan of Van de Veen here.
I was saying the same thing as was it? Oh, I can't read it. Amirali.
Amir.
Yeah, I like Van de Ven, his versatility. I think TAPSOBA's a better specialist player, but I think Van de Ven has got more options. So yeah, I agree, man.
All right, let's see. I got to the part of the chat where people are talking about Eric Dyer and if they will. We will pay any club $5 million to take Dyer, says C Cubed. I'll pay 5 as well. I'll chip into that fund. Philip Bidwell, no, I won't buy Dyer for Liverpool, even as a squad filler. This is also another question.
That makes me laugh. If there's going to be comments here from Liverpool and Man City fans,
that's what's going to make it great.
Up the pros and cons of the whole Eric Dyer question.
That's what makes it great. That's what makes it great. This is my next question for y'all rival fans that are partaking in the chat, which big up yourself right now if you are. I want to say, how long would you allow a player of Dyer's talent level and his ability, how long would you allow that guy at your club? Just curious. Just curious. I'm just curious.
Not I'm trying to sway people, but to fester like a septic boil at your club. How long would you?
It reminds me, Paul, of like this one time I left a potato under my bed when I was a kid and I forgot about it. And then like I was reaching under my bed for something and I felt like one of those roots that were coming out, and it
Whoa.
really creeped the hell out of me because I didn't know potatoes root like that when they're no longer good. It was very scary, very, very scary moment in my childhood. But I feel like Eric Dyer is that potato. And now people are finally seeing the roots grow from under the bed of the stinky potato. And they're like, maybe we should do something about this, but we're all too scared to touch it. So let's release a damn documentary about him. That's what we did. And oh my God, JC swap Dyer with Lukaku. Poch will be happy. I don't think we can afford Lukaku's wages. He's quite expensive, if I'm not mistaken. Poch will be gone from Chelsea before the end of the season, says Peter.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We can only hope. See, Shearman, Tottenham not playing in Europe is the tiebreaker over Villa. So that's a good shout. That's a good shout there from C. Sherman. Dyer's leader of men, knows many languages, loves milk. 5 million. Okay. At first I was like, Quez, what are you doing here? I thought you were friend. I thought we were cool. What are you doing? But then I see what you're doing here. You're playing chess. You're playing chess now. Wink, wink. He does love him some milk. 5 million is yours. You can take him. Carl Smith, we have the same issue as Spurs have on an awful center back to sell to and Holding. I do think Holding is trash. I think he's Arsenal's version of Dyer. Kane
he basically lost that derby 3-0 the other year by himself because he just wouldn't stop going. He wouldn't stop. It was Son, wasn't it?
He kept grabbing him though. But that's
the
thing. Can you blame him?
One more chance, mate. One more chance. And he just kept on going. No wonder he got sent off. He's useless, that Holding guy.
I put my hands on Son, so I don't blame Holding personally for the egregious physical behavior he had with the man, the myth, the legend. But Carl Smith, what I will say about Arsenal, what upsets me is you have two solid center backs, and then you go and get Urian Timber, who's potentially going to challenge for either a starting center back or you could play the right back. Y'all are doing some good business out there, and y'all are doing it quickly. And we did a little bit with James Madison, with Sicario, but what have we done since then? We got Solomon on a free. I like that. That was fine with me. But where's these damn center backs? We've been linked with Tapsoba and Van de Veen for too dang long. Too dang long, in my opinion. Lucas says we need to see more of Vicario. Raya was imperious with the ball when he came on in the second half the other night. David Raya, apparently there's another club. United are looking? No, not United. Someone was looking at
Someone
Raya.
was having a sniff, weren't they?
Yeah, but no one's paying the 50 or 60, whatever it was for him. Robert Wren, it's my opinion that Ainge will instill an understanding of our present defenders. I really do. It's a confidence thing. We fans haven't helped things. Maybe I am part of the problem. Am I part of the problem, or is this part of the problem?
You guys never win anything, right? No. Right? Yeah.
That mentality, a guy laughing at us, a guy who accepts the fact that we're losers, goes out in the public world and then laughs at the fact that we're losers when he's in the building and can change the very fact that we are losers as a club. Yeah, I don't blame me for sitting here blaming Dyer. That's just me, Robert, personally. Dyer's the problem. He's got to go. Hola, donkey. Hola. ¿Cómo está? It says Chelsea are getting top players. They got a top manager. The players will follow.
Look, we said that a year ago when they spent like $5 billion on players and they were all shit. So, yeah, I'm not worried about them.
Newer says Ainge should resign for putting up with this nonsense. What do you think, Paul, as Ainge's big #1 supporter?
What nonsense?
The center back thing, maybe?
Oh, no.
Not yet. Not yet. Dyer deserves Moscow, says Future Music. I hate Dyer, and I don't even know if I'd send his ass to Moscow. I'm gonna be real honest. You know, y'all know how I feel. Anyone who's been here long enough on United Spurs America knows how I feel. But I don't know. That's harsh, man. I don't even know if I'd send him there. After Joe Louis got indicted in New York over alleged inside trading, do you guys see forced change of ownership at Spurs? No. No, we can only hope, but no.
He's not going to get fined $10 billion. He'll get a slap on the wrist.
This is true, Cubed. If he went to Galatasaray, that Turkish fans are ruthless. If he doesn't perform, they'll throw tomatoes. Yeah, and aren't they kind of racist out there? I don't know. Haven't they had some problems or am I thinking of Italy specifically? I don't know. But, you know, I don't want him to go. Oh, go to Spain. Everyone speaks Spanish. You speak Spanish. Your family. It's sunny. It's nice.
Well, Greece is nice.
Ooh, I would love to play for AEK Athens.
Absolutely.
Olympiacos. Come on, you get to play Champions League.
Yeah.
Talk to me nicely. Where will Bentancur be? Says Nick De La Torre. Love that name. Where is he? He's hurt, man. He's hurt. We'll see him November, December, something like that.
November, December, yeah.
Amir says might see more Middle Eastern owners or perhaps a media company hedge fund to take over. I'm all for it. I don't care who buys. I'm shameless when it comes to the whole like, oh, but morally, do we want these owners? I don't really give a shit. Anyone who's got that much money is not morally in line with my morals. I don't really care. If you're going to invest in the first team, that's what I want.
If you're a billionaire, me and you ain't going to get along anyway. So it doesn't matter where you're from or what country you're from. So as long as they like football, I don't care.
I'm with you. Christoph Kavalitz, I'm 45 minutes late. What's this with the Joe Lewis case? The Ho Lewis case, he says. The Ho man, Ho Lewis, indicted. Insider trading. The man is leaking information to people he works with and close friends about companies he works for. So he's been indicted, allegedly. Big up Daniel Field. Carl Smith in the house says, terminate Dyer's contract and offer him a job as a steward.
Don't offer him a job.
I don't want him any, because you know he'd be like, hey guys, he'd be like, I'm happen to be sweeping over here. How are y'all doing?
Daniel, you know, I was thinking maybe if I sweep really hard, is there a chance I could, you know, work my way?
He's gonna try and have that whole Rudy, the movie. That he's gonna have his scene where like the building's closed, the lights are off, but there he is. He's sweeping and kicking a ball at the same time. Don't you think he's got it? No, I want him gone. I don't want him anywhere near the club. Send him to Arsenal. Let him be a steward over there. He's good at He's good at climbing stairs in a stadium. We've seen that.
Oh yeah.
So hey, he might get a good job doing that. Lucas says I once hired 2 Turkish guys to put up a garden shed for me. One was a Galatasaray fan. The other Besiktas. Started chatting about football. By lunchtime, I had to get in between them. I guess that shows you how crazy they are about their squad. I love it. I love the passion. Maybe I need to follow a Turkish team. I kind of like the passion I'm seeing out of that league.
Galatasaray Fibonacci. There's a famous incident. You know Graham Souness?
I've heard the name.
Yeah, he's
on TV now, right?
Yeah, he won everything with Liverpool, and then he's a pundit now. But he was manager of Galatasaray. I think he's manager of Galatasaray, and in a cup final at, I think it's Fibonacci, massive rivals. So Souness's team, Galatasaray, win the game. So Souness gets this massive Galatasaray flag and sticks it bang on the centre circle in the opposing away's ground. It almost caused a fucking war, this thing.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, it's great.
Big shout out again to Never a Foul. Big shout out to Kaz and Dabs out there with what they're doing out there. They rated us with the Never a Foul. And I see we still got 150 y'all checked in, hanging out with us. Big ups to yourself right now. Can't say thank you enough. Kaz is not only with the raid, but I'll share a little bit behind the scenes. When I was first starting to work heavily in the channel, Kaz himself personally gave me a lot of advice on back end stuff, YouTube studio stuff. So aside from all of this, Kaz, thank you so much for all the help behind the scenes. You're a massive help getting us to 1K. And I still consider you a good friend of mine. You know, everything that you've done for the channel, for me, I do appreciate you very much. So big shout out to Kaz and Never Foul, the family out there that they got. Sub to the Mancunian. Is it Mancunian or Mancunian? How do I say this word, Paul?
Mancunian.
The Mancunian way. Sub to the Mancunian way says, I'd swap Cancelo for Dyer, have an experienced head on the bench and a 1/8. Okay, let's do it.
Put it there. Put it there.
Hey, no takey backies. No takey backsies. I'm taking it. Stop. Hey, Cancelo, put some cuffs on him. I know he's going to resist arrest. Give him the straight jacket. He's going to resist the transfer. But sorry, sir. We're going to drop him off at Hotspur Way, and then we'll do the whole, like, welcome. This is our palace. Let's lure him in and give him some of the Kool-Aid. And I would love Cancelo. Don't talk.
I don't know if you've heard. I don't know if you've heard Cancelo, but we've got the best training facilities and the ground in the world. So you know, come on in. Come on, let's get Fabrizio Romano on this. I want to hear we go on this deal.
Yeah,
I'm salivating at the prospect.
Big up Mile High Hotspur in the house. Says, sup, homies, mods, chat. Hope we're all good. Doing well, Leo. Hope you're keeping well. The Pharaoh on the yacht will never stand in the court. He's literally dust. Exactly. He's an illusion. His physical presence, it's not, he's chilling in a yacht in the Bahamas and he ain't worried about nothing. And all the talk saying Joe Lewis is forcing Levy to either sell or get Kane to stay. I guarantee they probably didn't even talk this week.
No.
Joe Lewis said, Joe Lewis is laughing at this, saying, I have not even phoned Daniel Levy. He's in Australia, and I ain't paying for roaming. I ain't paying for extra package on my cellular data because
Joe Lewis is just busy on his yacht investigating human cloning because that's what billionaires do. Because sooner or later they'll realise there's no tow bar on a hearse and it'll be too late. Too late.
Big shout out, Cass. There he is, saying you're welcome for the Never Fall Raid. Thank you so much, brother. I really do appreciate everything you've done. Let's see, where are we at here? What's the worst take of the summer? What take? What happened? What's the worst take of the summer? What did we say?
What's the worst opinion or thing you've seen? That's quite.
I've said a lot of really outlandish things in my life, so I don't know which one specifically you're talking about, Kaz. But I have some pretty good takes. I have some pretty bad takes, and my take of the day is Christian Romero is fully Spurs, and he's going to turn up. And he's going to have a great season, and we're going to be flying high.
Treble. Treble. How's that for a
Paul
bad
said
take?
treble. No, Paul said treble. I didn't say treble. Don't quote me. Don't clip me. I didn't say treble.
You need more milk, boy.
What's that?
Then you'll need more milk. You need more milk, boy. Then you get a treble.
And you got.
Oh! Somebody! Oh! He needs some milk.
That's the treble mentality.
That's the treble mentality. Have you not seen the Joe Lewis news? Yeah, I did see he is getting indicted. But this is the thing about indictments in America.
It takes a year.
You know how much, the more money you have, the longer you can stretch this out. This guy won't go to a courtroom regarding this. Oh, the take from Sub to Mancunian Cancel for Dyer. Yeah, I think he's taking the piss out of me specifically for that. But Joe Lewis can't remember what he had for breakfast. He ain't seeing the inside of a courtroom about these charges anytime soon. I guarantee that. Ola Donkey is a gunner, apparently. Says, come on, you Gunners. Well, there we go. At least I know where your affiliation is, but big ups to the rival fans here. He's definitely not thinking about Spurs. We all know this. Yep, this is true. So you see the smiley face? That definitely means they're taking the piss. They just wanted us to be like, yeah, give me Kenzo. Yeah. They're just trying to get us all fucking riled up.
Oh, they reeled us in. Oh, dear.
Robert says
that's
the fans.
How desperate we are, though. That's how desperate we are to get rid of Dyer. You know, any spurious internet comment, we were all in. Yeah, okay. Get excited.
Look at this. Robert says the fans are the problem, not the players. We've buried so many players. Was I with Dave Portnoy eating pizza, laughing on camera about how Spurs are fucking losers? I wasn't, but this guy was.
And you guys never win anything, right? No. Right? Yeah.
That guy surely was. But tell me again how that's my fault. I would love to know.
I'd say au contraire. The fans are never the problem.
Adrian Schrock is in the house, says the heavily pregnant Kane has been seen in Paris wearing a beret and a striped sweatshirt at a market stall talking to a French onion seller. Here we go. Kane, she's been house shopping in Paris. She's been house shopping in Bayern. She's doing a whole Euro trip.
Yeah.
Where do you think she's off to next after Paris?
Manchester.
Just want to round the whole thing out, right?
Yeah.
I love this from Beyond 72. Maybe insert name here will get the best out of Dyer and Davies. Ain't we been doing that for too long? Carl Smith,
right,
the Arsenal fan, says, I honestly believe Kane decides on who wins the Prem. Not going to lie, if he joins United, they win the league. If he stays or goes Bayern, it's out of City and Arsenal. I think Arsenal, I'm curious to see. I don't want to say like bold-handedly that they're going to be this or that or the other, but personally, I think it's going to be a lot when you got Europe, Premier League, and then cup competitions, and it's all happening. You're rotating, and players are playing a lot. But I definitely think City win the league again. Sadly, especially if they get Vardy, it's done. It's over. It's over. They still won't score at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I don't care what you say. City will never score at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I will say that until the day happens. But as I live and breathe, it hasn't happened. But honestly, if Kane goes to United, it's not going to be pretty, because I think if they were to get Kane and like a Caicedo, That's them competing with City immediately. What do you think, Paul? I saw you shaking your head.
I'm still 50-50 on Man United. I'm going this way and that way with Ten Hag. Like when he started, I didn't think he was up to it, but then he did the whole Ronaldo thing, and I thought, okay, they've got a good guy here, but I don't know. They never just seemed to really get it together last season. So
big up, JC.
They might well do, though. I'm not saying they won't, but I think Arsenal will just choke again. You know, come March or something like that, they'll just Arteta will be there with his little light bulb, and it won't work.
He'll look like this on the sideline.
Yeah, no.
JC says your stream is more entertaining than your team. I take that as a compliment, but if you say this to me a year from now, yes, because Ainge Ball might be very, very exciting. Ainge Ball may take a lot of people. I've been saying Spurs are going to surprise a lot of people in the beginning of the season because this mysterious Ainge Ball, let's see it. Let's get some game footage on it. Let's have the tape to review. And until you've got at least 4, maybe to 6 full 90-minute matches of Ainge Ball, you don't have any idea what he's doing. I know I don't. But as an opposing team looking at it, you got to imagine this is going to be mysterious. It's going to be hard for them to plan for. So JC, I'm curious if you're going to say this next season, next summer. Let's see if you say this. Hopefully you're still hanging out with us. But let's see if you say this because maybe we will be just as entertaining as Spurs. Hopefully that's the goal.
Wouldn't it be lovely if JC comes back next year and says, Jacob, your channel ain't half boring old cat compared to how Tottenham play this wonderful brand of football?
I'll just go ahead and frame the quote and put it on my wall. Maybe in the bathroom, but it'll be on the wall somewhere in my house. I'll tell you that. Carl Smith says Mbappe actually got a minor link with Spurs. That'll be the high. That was the high. Paul didn't want to dream with me, but I wanted to dream for a second. Most people took 5 seconds until they laughed at it. I took 15 seconds until I laughed at the Kylian Mbappe because you know what? There was a line in one of his interviews. He said, "You can never say never." That's like the door isn't closed, but you're definitely not even looking in this corridor of the big mansion. You're off in another wing of the building, but the door over here is not closed. Should he so venture so deep in the mansion, he may find this door open. Who knows? I don't want to say no either. That's just how I feel. Let's see here. Who's News says Spurs have a lovely team. Ainge will start those that retain information best. Oliver Skip leads training, and maybe he makes captain. I don't know if Skip will be captain. That seems crazy to me. I don't know if he's ready yet for that role. It's definitely Kane, but Skip, it'd be interesting to see what he could do. I know he's a soldier. He will run himself into the ground for a manager, and I appreciate that. I just don't know. From what I saw in the first 45 of West Ham versus the second 45, I'd prefer to see Skip, to see some more of Skip. To see more of Sarr. Yeah, you knew what I was saying, Paul. To see more of Papa Mate Sarr over Skip, just to see some of it. Kaz says he's a fan of Ainge. That's a big compliment too. Kaz is tough around the corners, and if Kaz is a fan of Ainge, you may be surprised, Kaz. We may do something nice. You never know. Chelsea's in the mud, exactly. Each and every time. As any Chelsea fan will tell you, Arsenal aren't winning anything this year. They will spend this season experimenting to find the best starting position of Havertz, but Ainge will surprise, sure. All right, there we go. We got a little vote of approval from a rival. The Ainge will surprise. Enoch doing things. Spurs King, what are you talking about? I love your profile picture. Doing things the right way. You're extracting the urine, as the elegant gentleman would say. Carl Smith, I'm gassed for the season. Everyone is strengthening. Aston Villa will be a dark horse. Honestly, Aston Villa have upset me, if I'm honest. Paul, you know I'm upset. I didn't know Moussa Diaby was for sale. No one told me Moussa Diaby was for sale for 50 M's, because if that was the case, no Kulusevski, and then I invest an extra 15 and I go get Moussa Diaby, a talented right winger from Leverkusen. That's my opinion. But apparently he's for sale because they got him. They also got Paul Torres. They got Tielemans. Who else did they get? They're getting someone else. There's someone else that they're in talks for right now. I can't remember who it was. Mbappe's wife was spotted house hunting in N17. I don't think he's married, so maybe it was his girlfriend. In 12 months, fans will be saying, "We dared and we did," says Edward Y. Voss. Big up, Edward Y. Basuma should be captain if Kane leaves, says She Sherman. This is my vote. If it's not Kane, I vote Sonny, and then I vote for Basuma because Basuma's really turning out to be kind of that linking gel between the outskirted players, the what would they be called? The naughty boys, the outskirts of they don't sit at the popular table at the cafeteria. Let's put it that way.
Right,
and he's
right.
taking a lot of, he's like, I can sit with the cool kids, I can sit with the not cool kids, and I'm making them all mesh and gel. So maybe Basuma is the dark horse for our captaincy. Who knows? Beyond 72 says, we've still won more in Europe than PSG. Well, ain't that something? Breaking news, Kate Kane update. Heavily pregnant Kate Kane was seen eating a bratwurst hot dog while skateboarding through Munich city center in a PSG shirt. And she's in a PSG shirt. Was there a name on the back? What was the number? That's my next question. Chelsea fans saying your stream is good, bro. That's something special. Hey, big up. That is something special. I have a few Chelsea fans. They come in and they show some support. So shout them out as well. I love rivals coming in here telling me their opinions because I think it's the best way to get a well-rounded view on your club when you get all angles of it. Robert Wren, here we go. So when the likes of you shout out that you want players gone because you their shit, what do you think that does to them? It's like your wife saying you can't get it up. Well, if I can't get it up, then clearly she got to help me, right? Clearly there's something going on between her and I that got to be solved and fixed. That's my thing. So the thing between Spurs and Dyer has been broken and it hasn't been nurtured and fixed. So Robert Wren, what I would say when the likes of me shout out that I want players gone, it's because I've seen years and years and years of average, below average, and borderline, what the fuck is this shit? I've seen a lot of that. And so when I see a lot of that, I don't want them at my club anymore. So that's just me. But I don't think it's my fault. Me shouting about it, I guarantee ain't going to do nothing. Because if anyone was listening to me, he wouldn't be here right now. Someone might have been listening about the Harry Winks thing. But again, he's gone now. I don't need to talk about Harry Winks. I have nothing bad to say about Harry Winks anymore. But if he was still at my club, you can guarantee, Paul, I would be shitting on him just as hard as I do at Eric Dyer, Davinson Sanchez, and the like. So, Robert Wren, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate your opinion. I do disagree, though. So, but big ups for being here. I do appreciate opposing opinions.
If fans get into your head, perhaps professional association football is not the right career for you.
Interesting. I would agree with that as well. We know from the Dyer documentary, at least the first 10 minutes, that's as much as I could get through. He was an emotional kid who didn't deal with change very well. So it makes sense that he would stay at a club for a long time and cry about it and try and prove himself. And like, I get it. If you're Mbappe, do you get the 1 billion and still get the dream deal to Real Madrid, or do you skip Saudi and wait? If I'm Mbappe, I take it's 1.1 billion, but it's technically 770 some million for him. The 300 is for PSG to sell him, so he's gonna get 707, damn near $1 billion. I'm gonna say, yeah. I go for a year, I do the princess wave, I play 75% to my abilities for a season, and then I get the deal to Real Madrid and don't worry about money for the rest of my life. My kids ain't got to worry about it. Them kids ain't got to worry about it. And guess what? Those kids, they ain't got to worry about the money. Everyone's getting silver spoon.
But even if he doesn't, even if he skips Saudi Arabia and goes straight to Real Madrid, he still doesn't have to worry about money, or his kids have to worry about money, or his kids' kids have to worry about money. He's loaded. How much money do you need, man? You know?
Just as you know how they always do in bank heist, Paul. One more big hit before one more score before we cash it all up, you know.
Yeah.
And this is the one. Go to Saudi, one more cash in, and then he can do literally whatever he wants. People are going to give him shit for going to Saudi for sure. People are going to give him shit no matter what he does. He's in a position similar to Harry Kane. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. You can't win, you can't lose. So it's kind of just like let it be. Maybe a little bit. How many players makes a good squad? 20 out of the 25, sell 7. I think we need to sell 11. We're at 36 on the roster right now.
Yeah.
I think Mbappe should go to Saudi Arabia for a year. Family legacy over football legacy. Agreed. I mean, I loved my career. I was very successful at my career, what I did in my past life, I like to say. But I didn't have a good balance between work and family and personal life. And when I met my then-to-be wife, things started changing. I started getting a little bit more perspective and started saying, you know what, maybe there's more to life than the career reputation and the glamour that goes along with that. And that's just me personally. I wonder where Mbappe lies with that. But I'm taking the 770 million for one season. I think it equates to every hour he makes 64,000 pounds. I'm sorry, every hour he makes more than what an average household could bring in. That's kind of crazy to me. You got to take that. Big up United Spurs of America. Always a pleasure, my friend. Big up Manny Singh. Seen you here a few times, buddy. Big up Manny. Appreciate you tapping in. We will be wrapping up here in just a little bit. My wife is probably ready to kill me. The show was I told her. I did tell her goulash night, but I also told her before the show started. She said, "How long are you going to be?" I said, "Oh, an hour and a half tops. Won't even hit 2 hours." And here we are at 2.5 hours. I'm going to tell her it's because all you beautiful new viewers, all you beautiful new subscribers, if you did subscribe and like, I'm going to blame it on y'all and say y'all made me do it. It's not my fault. Don't blame me, honey. Don't divorce me. But big ups to everyone who did tap in. If you got any final questions for us, hit them in the chat before I get divorced, and then I'll end the stream. Carl Smith says, I think he needs to play in Europe to compete with Holland in regards to Mbappe. I agree, but 770 million, that may sound a little different. Holland, go have fun. Go win another treble. I'll see you next year when I'm at Real Madrid and we play in the Champions League. That's what I would do. JC, an average person fan, has so much on his plate in his life, and he still shows more passion than some players. Players whose main job and life function is to perform for the club. Dyer looks bad. This is coming from a Chelsea fan. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you 100% there. Another breaking news about the heavily pregnant Kane was seen showing Mbappe's wife around her mansion. There we go. It's on. It's on like Donkey Kong. $24 per second. $24. That must be nice.
I've changed my mind. I'm all in.
You're going to Saudi. Yeah, you're going to Saudi. If Mbappe spent 5 years in Saudi, he could probably buy Spurs.
How about that?
There we go. How about that?
We'll go over to Saudi Arabia, play for 5 years. They don't know who we are. We could just make up a fake resume, get the 5 billion or 6 billion, then we buy Tottenham.
Here we go.
Everybody will be saying Jacob out. Oh, bloody Jacob. Oh, back Jacob, you bastard.
I'm trying to save $6 million so I can get a new yacht, bitches. What? Get off my back. That's what I would say. Say no more, Gov says, tell your wife I nearly didn't subscribe until you said that. There we go. Locked up a subscriber because I said that. Big up, say no more, Gov. Scott Braza. That's a new name as well. Big up, Scotty. Says Joe Lewis indicted insider trading. Absolutely, I'm all about it. You know what? Just for you said Google Joe Lewis. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it live on air. Here we go. Wait, that's not Google. Here we go. Google.com. Nope, that's not what I'm trying to go to. That's AdSense. Google, just regular Google. Just regular Google, please. You see, if you type Google, then it's like Google Drive, Google this, Google that. No, just regular Google search bar, please. Joe Lewis. Here we go. 48 minutes ago. Yep. Confirming what we've been talking about. You see this, Paul?
He's just a bag of dust.
He's a bag of dust. Joe Lewis, Tottenham Hotspur, charged with insider trading from Bloomberg 1 hour ago. Boom, there he is. British billionaire Joe Lewis, the owner. Oh, they want me to pay. Oh, they want me to pay. Look, they blurred it. They want me to pay, the bastards. All right, Bloomberg, next. Yahoo Finance. U.S. charges British billionaire Joe Lewis with insider trading. And there he is talking with Daniel Levy.
Giving him a tip. Maybe Levy will be indicted as well.
Joe Lewis, the British billionaire and owner of Tottenham Hotspur. Wait, y'all can't read that. Let me zoom in. The British billionaire and owner of Tottenham Hotspur soccer team has been charged in New York for orchestrating with a federal prosecutor called a brazen insider trading scheme. Prosecutors accused Lewis passing on information from companies in which he invested to friends, personal assistants, private pilots, and romantic partners. Multiple. Joe Lewis out here. Hey, Joe Lewis out here cutting a rug. You know what I'm talking. Talk to me nicely, Joe Lewis. And romantic partners. This man, not one, not two. There's multiple. Joe Lewis, you dog. Are y'all seeing this? Breaking news. I don't care about the indictment. I'm more blown away.
I'm not surprised.
I'm blown away. This man has romantic partners. Some dudes can't even get one girl. And this, I mean, I understand money talks. Like, obviously, like when you got a bunch of money, you look a lot more attractive.
They're all queuing up for that extra special puff of dust.
Wow. I can't believe Joe Lewis has romantic partners. I just can't believe it. Big up Ins, man. Big up Gina. Gina's in the house. Big up Gina. Americans did it. U.S. Attorney. Statement. U.S. Attorney. Yep. We're looking at it now, Gina. It's all happening. Big up the chat. Big up Ins, man. Love this club. Isn't it fun? This is going to be a lot of fun. I need to put in the title, right? Breaking Lewis. Breaking news. Joe Lewis. Do I need to put it in the title, Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah, because we didn't even really talk about TAPSOBA, so I'm going to take him out. I'm going to put Joe Lewis indicted. I'm going to make it real dramatic. Breaking. I'm going to change the title right in front of y'all's eyes. Joe Lewis indicted. We'll be a little clickbaity in the theme of things here. Need one more. All right, there we go. Save that title. What a beautiful sight. Breaking. Joe Lewis indicted.
I'm sure this has been bubbling along, so he would have been told that a grand jury was investigating him and all that within the last few days. So meanwhile, you've got the Fleet Street meathead hacks back in England claiming that Joe Lewis is telling Daniel Levy to sell Harry Kane or else. Absolute crap. This is another piece of evidence against that. I think he would have been perhaps preoccupied with this for the last week, I would say.
I'm still blown away. This man has multiple romantic partners that he's confiding this information to. That's absolutely insane to me.
It's just that extra puff of dust.
Wow. Joe Lewis never knowingly undersold. They love the dust. Let us hope that Elon Musk never wants to buy a football club. He'll change our name to Z or some shit like that, like he did with Twitter.
When we talked about moral codes earlier, that's one guy I just don't want anywhere near the club. Nowhere near.
Here we go. The German media is going to take this and make this the headline: Insider trading forcing Kane to Bayern? Question mark. That's going to
be. Yeah, that's it.
Dirty old Pharaoh. Lewis is going to spend more on his defense attorneys than Tottenham's defense. Damn, he will. And they're going to push this thing back. That's why I was saying to Kaz, he's not going to see the inside of a courtroom for a long time.
It'll be at least a year, won't it?
Levy's a snitch now.
Oh, has he turned?
Y'all, this can't all just be happening to me live. Whoa, man, this is crazy. This must be why we haven't bought center backs. If you can play this, it's wild.
Snitches get stitches, bitch.
I didn't make the rules. I did not make the rules, but
maybe Joe Lewis said to Levy, sell Harry Kane or else, and Levy gets straight on the phone to the FBI. Says, okay, I've reconsidered my position, Elliot Ness. I want a deal. I want to cut a deal.
Lewis charged with 19-count indictment with 16 counts of security fraud and 3 counts of conspiracy. Wow. This is insane to me. None of this was necessary, U.S. Attorney Damian Williams said in a video on the X social media platform, a.k.a. Twitter. Joe Lewis is a wealthy man, but as we allege, he used inside information as a way to compensate his employees or shower gifts for his friends or lovers. Plural. Again, plural.
No.
Plural. He's got lovers, romantic partners. Drag out the plural. I'm Joe Lewis, you dog. You absolute. Come on, give him a little, just a little bit. He's fucking ancient. He out here.
I'm ready.
That's classic corporate corruption. It's cheating and against the law. Lewis, who founded, and then it goes on to talk about that. But there he is. That guy, multiple romance. I know the tampering and all that shit. That's big, major news, right? But someone in the chat, please tell me what's bigger. I'm ending the poll. I got to do a poll for those of y'all that are still rocking with me before we end this show. I'm ending the poll. The winner is. Oh, Christian Romero. Oh, Christian Romero. I like that we love him. I like that we love him here. I'm ending the poll. I'm going to do a real quick one. And I'm asking, what is more shocking? What is more shocking? Joe Lewis, multiple lovers, or Joe Lewis insider trading. Let's see here. Asking the community. We still got over 100 of y'all in the house. Let me know. Let me know. Where do we stand? What is more shocking? Joe Lewis. Again, they twice. Even the lawyer mentioned he's been giving gifts to his lovers. Multiple lovers. This could be big news, man. What's the domino effect, you think, Paul? What's the domino effect we see from this?
Oh, it's just going to be fighting around for a year. He doesn't do anything. He's not involved with Tottenham.
But
anyway,
from a Tottenham perspective, do you think that this does anything to us?
I don't think so. I mean, he doesn't pay any attention to Tottenham Hotspur at all. So, you know, I mean, what are they going to do? Seize his assets? Nah. He passed all that shit off to his attorneys years ago anyway, or a while ago. I can't see it affecting Tottenham at all, really.
I'm so blown away. Shout out to Perchy singing a song about Joey in the Nick. I'm assuming Nick is like prison for y'all?
The Nick, yeah, the slammer.
See, in America, yeah, they might put him in Rikers Island. I bet he'll be in one of those posh places. My wife just texted me that dinner's ready. I think I gotta stop. I gotta go. Manny with the comment of the summer. Y'all, real quick, tell me before my wife divorces me, what is more crazy? Joe Lewis, multiple lovers, 88%. There we go. Please do hit that like. Please do hit that subscribe if you're new. Again, shout out to Never a Foul for the raid. A lot of y'all stayed and hung out with us, and I do appreciate that. Y'all are always welcome. Perchy says if he's found guilty, he cannot own a public company. That's big news. So maybe in 3-4 years, he'll have to sell. That'll be fun. This old bloke giving Grealish a run for his money. With the ladies. Yeah, he's a dog. There should be a third option poll. None of the above. Yeah, I should have done. I normally, JC.
It's a cop out, though, isn't it?
For all the new viewers, I promise one thing you will never have on this show is a poll that says, have you liked the stream, yes or no, or any variation of that. I will never do that. I find myself a little more creative than that. So what I will always do, the first poll, the first poll that I did was our feelings about Christian Romero being fully coys. Perchy, I'm upset that you missed all that. Had a whole hour and a half about Romero for you. So please go back and watch that. And I know you'll be fuming. But this, again, what you'll never see here, right? You'll never see very lame polls in there. Same people who found Trump guilty. Let's do it. Trump's getting indicted again, too. Perchy the GOAT. Let's see. Just another excuse for the Enoch boys. Yeah, I think we're accused of making his... Joe Lewis accused of making his romantic partners. What does that mean?
Clay or something.
Oh, man. Of making his romantic partners lie in the chalk patch. What's a chalk patch? I don't know what that is. Lucas says, go get the well-deserved goulash. Enjoy. Cheers, Jacob and Paul. Well played, the chat. Big ups, everyone who's here. I see 23 votes. 83% says it's more shocking that Joe Lewis has multiple lovers. That blew me away. I had no idea that this man was still getting it on like that. But, hey, more power to him. Hope when I'm his age, I can still flaunt it like I got it on a yacht, especially. Big up THFC till I die. Checking in right here as we end. But that's going to do it for us, y'all. Please do make sure to hit that like on the way out. And and subscribe to the channel if you're new, if you had a good time enjoying this. Let me see if anyone's live, Paul. But while I do that, see if I can redirect and keep the love going for whoever may still be out there. Tell me, when's the next time you're live? Tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me at Hotspur Hippie. I will probably be doing a stream about an hour and a half before kickoff tonight, is just so kickoff's about 12 hours away, so about 10 and a half hours. I'll do a stream. I'm gonna go off for a
pregame
walk.
warm up.
Yeah, and I'll go off and do a walk now and switch my camera on for 8 minutes and talk shit and upload that. But at least Joey Lewis, there's something to talk about, so I'll get my brain going on that one. But yeah, Hotspur Hippie, thanks for all the likes and subscribes and all that crap. And thank you very much, sir, for having me on.
Thank you for joining. It's always a pleasure. I'll put the link. There's his channel, The Hotspur Hippie, where you can find Paul each and every day. And you can find myself, Jacob, a part of the United Spurs of America here. You can find me every day locking in, doing a video of some sort. 5 to 6 days a week, got content rolling out. Paul's a 7-day-a-week or so. He's out here. No time for a Manscaped ad. Hopefully y'all ain't getting blasted with no Manscaped ads. Big up, Rich.
I'm not building my internet empire on a mountain of swept up pubes. I'm gonna do it clean, man.
Oh man. Cannot help much with player polls, my friend. I usually watch 2 games of Spurs per season. Last season I watched the one result. Was clear for the second. Good luck for next season. Good luck. Yeah, good luck to you as well, JC. Big ups. Appreciate you being here. Hopefully to see you tomorrow, tapping in with United Spurs of America when we go live. But big ups to everyone who has hit the like and subscribed. If you're new, if you're old, it's been great, and I do appreciate you. I will be playing a little outro video and redirecting you over to the great Flawless at Sarcasm City TV. So when y'all get over there, do say USA Ray to show him some love as well. And then, again, here's the link for Hotspur Hippie. Please do. Oh, we got a super chat come in late. I'm trying to end before I get divorced. Dinner's ready. Goulash is waiting for me. Playing a game of Just Tip with Lovers. Oh, just a tip with lovers, Joe Lewis. Oh, disgusting. Hopefully that's not the going away image y'all all wanted. I did not. But shout out Phil P. Thank you so much for the donation to the channel. I do appreciate that. And also special shout out to Luca with the £3 super sticker as well, supporting the channel financially. You don't have to support the channel financially. You don't have to technically do anything. But if you want to support the channel non-financially, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It definitely helps channel and the content creators like myself. Again, thank you so much to Kaz and the Never Foul Army who came over and kept it real with me for a little bit. Cheers, Daniel. Thank you for tuning in. Goulash, do you also speak Russian? No, it's a great dish though. Definitely try it out if you can. If you're a home cooker like me, check out some goulash. Big up Caveman in the house as well. Shout out everyone who tuned in. Wish I could stay longer, but I will be back tomorrow. So lock it in. Hopefully to see you there. But until next time, as always, stay fresh, stay blessed, up the lads, and come on, you Spurs.
Kuss.
United Spurs of America with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.